There we go. We're live.
Hey.
All right.
Okay.
So she's playing piano. This song is just so simple, but it's so cute.
Yeah. I also like how it's in an easier key than the actual Alphys.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
a
like
nice
easier to play
detail.
on the piano.
Yeah. But yeah,
This
so
part is hilarious too.
yeah, the fact that you can just sit outside and she's playing Alphys's theme, like
Yeah.
imagine she's like think of the situation for a second. She just has gone home after this horrible rough battle with a human where she literally fainted from exhaustion. Now she's
Oh
just sitting
yeah.
here and she's just like playing out her anger by playing piano and
Yeah.
playing
Also,
her
how
crush's
how
theme.
does she know Alphys's theme?
Uh
That's always what I've
yeah.
thought about. Like, is the Undertale music is the music in Undertale like? Can the characters hear it? Is that
hmm
how she's playing it?
Well, two things. One, music does actually play, or two,
Oh yeah.
she's playing something else and it's just becoming Alphys's theme. Like she's playing some random love song, but it's Alphys's theme for the context of the game.
But yeah, that's really cute.
It's really cute. Welcome Mohammed, Soul of Justice, and Bluki MTT to the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and
Yeah,
Bakugo. All right.
but I love the part with Papyrus here.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Um.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where it's like, are you ready for your extra private one-on-one training? Yes, I
Yeah.
am, and I brought a friend.
Yeah, that's so funny because it's supposed to be actually private one on one. Ah.
But then like that's one joke, but then it immediately goes to, who's your friend? Yeah.
And then
Why don't
and
you
then they
two
just
come in?
they just look at each other. Oh my
Like
gosh.
everything about this scene, everything with Papyrus in this scene is absolute comedy
Mm-hmm.
gold. I just
And then
remembered I have to use the bathroom.
the bone
The
part is so funny. I'll put it with the others.
Oh, and also if you open up the drawer like during the actual date section, the annoying
Oh
dog will
yeah,
be in there and it'll wink at you.
the dog. We said that last time, but that's it. Huh.
All right, I think we've
Time for.
delayed enough. It's time for Here We Are.
Oh, this song's so
This
good.
song. Alphys's theme is criminally underrated, and I'm mad that this is the only other song, like, only other real remix of her theme. There's like a couple songs where her motive appears, like she's playing
Oh
piano, but
yeah.
this is the only really big song where theme appears again. But it's in such a
Mm-hmm.
different context.
Yeah, like with that, the sound fonts are perfect for this song too. Like I love the drums, I love the choir. Like,
Yeah. Okay, honestly, the
man,
percussion is one of my favorite percussion pieces in this soundtrack. Just
yeah,
this steady sort of creepy marching,
yeah,
and when it gets that bump bump part.
yeah. And then the piano is playing like this weird minor version of Alphys's theme.
Also, it's
Oh,
playing the third part of Alphys, like
yeah,
mixing
the
it in with the first part.
Oh,
But it's just, from a lore
it's
perspective, it fits so well because it's like the dark side of Alphys.
yeah, it is.
But it's
Like,
just such a good redo of her theme.
yeah, because the actual Alphys's theme is so happy. It's like.
It's like happy and dorky that you don't even notice it at first. You're just creepy theme.
It's like. Oh my god.
Also, Toby, your use of the choir like sound from Earthbound is masterful.
I never like listened to all the Earthbound stuff, so I don't
Neither
know.
have I. I've just found out this from like research and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently this like plays in some creepy area. Like this sound font plays in some creepy area in Earthbound.
Yeah.
But this end part where it goes, it just like the percussion playing out. Like Toby knew the percussion was so good that he
Yeah.
could just let it play out. Yeah, it's also not like a straight reskin either, because it actually kind of changes up the sections a bit. The first section plays for most of the part and then mixes with the third, and it doesn't really use the second
Yeah.
section until the very end.
The third section is like so much more because the actual outfit thing is like
Yeah.
but like I almost never noticed that the third section of Here We Are is that section because it was so twisted like in its own theme. I never noticed that it was the third section until I actually listened to it and I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. This works so well.
And
Also, if we can talk about the True Lab for a second, just in general. Toby, make
yeah.
a horror game.
Exactly.
And I also one of the coolest things thought about this is one, it's the pacifist ending, so Frisk is definitely a pacifist character by this part. But two, it's it's amazing how much character is kind of given to Frisk in this area, just through subtle things like them slowly making their way towards the shower because they're scared of the amalgam in there. Or the part with Snowdrake's mother is probably the biggest one to theorize on because
because it has like some weird dialogue.
it's got like some of the stuff that was with Snowdrake. It's got some mean things you can say. You can like heckle or be rude, and those are rude options with other monsters that you can do, and Frisk will follow them. But with Snowdrake's mother, she like seems so pitiful. Frisk will literally refuse to do the option.
Yeah,
And
it's like, what? You didn't say that?
it's like Kara, the narrator, will be like, okay, you heckle. Oh, you're not doing that.
Yeah, you didn't say that.
It's just kind of this.
I don't really know what I was gonna say. The True Lab just like there is one YouTuber I forgot who it was, but like when they heard the True Lab theme, it was like the best because I never really see YouTubers like love Undertale music or like really listen to it. So when he just started jamming out to the True Lab theme, I was like, yes, this is awesome.
Like, have you ever seen, I think it's Spoopy's House of Horror or something like that? It's this labyrinth game that's like, it's supposed to be cute and creepy.
I think it's like, oh my gosh, yeah.
But, like, this theme just makes me think of general, like, sort of knockoff, not that good graphic. It just makes me think of music from those games in general, while still being a really good song. It's just sort of that horror flash game feeling to it.
It does have that, like, because the drums do have that kind of like chippy sound to it.
Yeah. Or like, and just the chorus in general, because it's old sound fonts making a good song, and it makes that like creepypasta feeling.
It does.
Yeah.
This place really does have that creepypasta feeling.
Also welcome SML24.
It's awesome how like this song is actually not that varied.
Yeah.
It only has like 3 parts, but it still really hits.
It's amazing just how well it builds on itself.
Yeah.
Should we move on to Amalgam then?
Which is amazing song. Holy crap. Like
It's just so good.
it is like I can't with this song.
I every time I hear this beginning part, do you know who the 8-bit drummer is?
Yeah, I do.
He did like a full playthrough of Undertale's soundtrack where you like drummed along to it.
I watched that. Like,
And when he gets to the amalgam part, he's just like doing this like sort of robotic bum 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 like twitchy movement thing, which is just what it feels like, this quick robotic twitchy feeling.
it just sounds like what is it, like glitches? Like dun, dun, dun. It's not really on time, but it is on time.
And there's also the part where like the second part where it was boo, it's like almost feels shaky. And there's even some like dissonant sound effects. Like the barrel sound effect is normally an error sound effect.
Yeah, that's part of the bass. It's like do 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 do. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good. Like if you listen, oh my god, I can't with this bass. It's just all around, and it's so good. But like you have to take like when you listen say for example, like somebody listens to this song and they have really no idea what Undertale is about. Like, it's it's such in a way that it sounds weird enough to make you interested, but not weird as in unlistenable.
Yeah, like
So like,
you know Celeste soundtrack In the Mirror.
yeah,
That song is creepy in a very good way, but the
yeah,
or like Your Best Nightmare, on your own, you're not probably gonna listen to that often because it's a good song, but it's not like catchy. It's not catchy.
yeah. But
This
this
is
song
catchy.
is.
It's weird. It's weird in the best way.
uh, it's
But
just.
also, again, this uses
Yeah.
a bunch of Earthbound sound fonts.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
And also, if you never noticed, the breaths, like right in the beginning,
Yeah.
the ones that go,
Oh, is that
like,
the barrier sound?
yeah, that's the barrier.
Yeah, I've heard that. But I also love at the second half of the song, it just goes all experiment mode. Like
Yeah.
it sounds so much like an experiment gone wrong too. Like
It
this
feels like a
whole-
game crashing to me.
yeah, and it's in the perfect balance of catchy, but also does exactly what it needs to do in game. Like I love that so much.
It almost feels
When
like a guitar solo. It almost feels like an instrument solo where it goes all over the place, except creepy.
Yeah, I love how like even like the melody isn't even on beat. Like
There's a lot of sound like there's a lot of syncopation and stuff
Yeah.
that works so well.
Yeah. And then the drums just
Oh,
feel
yeah.
so off. I don't know why they feel off, but like
Well, that's a common thing that's used in like almost jazz songs in general. Like
Yeah.
the slightly offbeat that works really well for this. And it like works for the amalgams as well because on the surface, yes, there are amalgams that have been like altered by determination, but in the context of just the battles, everything is glitchy. It's off. Like you've got Reaper Bird hanging through the battle box, and the weird butterfly thing, and you've got like Lemon Bread is actually like a face chomping down the battle box.
Yeah, and you got like the memory heads glitching
The memory
your
heads
cell
are a
phone and
whole
stuff.
other thing. Like most of the amalgams are combinations of the other monsters that have melted together,
Yeah.
and you can clearly see that. Like Reaper Bird's all the core enemies, Lemon Bread's all the waterfall enemies, and Lesser Dog is the canine unit.
Yeah, I didn't notice that they were from the different areas.
Yeah, but the thing with memory heads is they're actually more associated with like, well, memories and almost like Gaster in general.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Because the attacks look like faces, and it's really creepy.
Well, there's a few other things. You know how before you actually like call them on receiver. By the way, the fact that you like call them through the cell phone could be like a reference to the Fun Numbers song, and the fact with Deltroom with like the Gaster sound effects, the phone like glitching through the phone is almost feels like a way to reach Gaster or Gaster related things. But there's also the fact that before you actually use the phone to reach them, you don't see them as memory heads. They just like blank spaces. There's exactly 6 blank spaces there.
Oh yeah. It's like.
And it's almost
I
like
think there's like some commas and stuff.
it's almost like it's been blacked out, like removed the Gaster from it, because Gaster is exactly 6 characters, and like 6 again is associated with them. I don't know. That's just my whole crackhead thing that I'm gonna build on my Gaster video, but went off on a tangent there.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna say this might be a stretch, but do you hear the bongos in the song?
Yeah.
Like they sound like Flower Theme. I'm not gonna lie. It's like it's not. It's probably not. But it literally sounds like it's going do 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 do.
I kind of hear it. I kind of doubt the whole bump, 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 bump is really associated with Flowey as much as it should. Like, I think it's more associated with Flowey than it should be. But again, Flowey
Yeah.
does have his connections to the True Lab, so it's not undeniable.
Yeah. But yeah, I know that's just a usual, like, common baseline, because you could hear it in Lance's
Yeah.
theme and all the other stuff, but...
Oh, welcome, LJJO Gamer and Mark Forsyth. Yes, I did post and saying a lot of things as Jevil. And a Zoroark. But yeah.
But yeah, I'm just gonna end with this song is jam.
Yeah, just all the syncopation and like it's a creepy song, but all the syncopation with it is just such a bop. It's like one of the things you've got to dance to.
Yeah, and all like the sound, like the effects that he adds to it too when you're like listening with headphones and stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it works so well. Also, I like the little creepy violin that goes. It's again got that creepy pasta feeling to it.
It does.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're out of the True Lab now.
Yep.
Let's go to Fallen Down Reprise. This was a song I did not expect to hear from the game, but one that was so appreciated.
Yeah, like yeah, when Toyo came back and it that was a good callback to the beginning of the game.
Also, can we talk about how the pacifist ending works? Like, literally the only way you get pacifist ending, yes, it's as a result of sparing monsters, but it's literally because you have to sort of... It almost makes me think of... Have you ever seen the game A Lost Phone?
No, I haven't.
Well, in the game, there's... I'll try to summarize this as best as I can. There's this creepy, like, phone entity that's trying to abduct people and, like, poison... make them... It's like trying to... I think it's something with aliens or something with some technological entity. Whatever, it's not really explained well. But you find a lost phone on the ground, and you're going through it, and you're learning about this girl. And you actually get into her context with her boyfriend, and you're trying to figure out what's happening to her, and eventually you find her, like, on the ledge of this roof, and it's this whole thing about how the entity is trying to get her to jump off, so it can be, like, consumed or something. But the thing is, with the ending of the game is, the entire game is you trying to figure out that she's there. And the end of the game, you either have to choose the entity, you actually get into contact with it through, like, a text message thing on, like, some dating app. Yeah, it's weird. But so basically, the entity makes you choose, will the boyfriend who you've become friends with, or will the boyfriend take her place and jump off for her, or will she be made to jump off? But there is a true ending of the game where if you actually manipulate, like, the girl, there's this whole thing about where the girl has a friend, and you have to, if you listen to her, you can get her profile picture and use her profile picture, and you have to get, like, basically different aspects to build your dating profile in the app to actually, like, basically pretend to catfish. You basically have to become an expert catfisher. And the entity will recognize you as being, like, above just a normal person, as being able to manipulate people, and it will take away the choice and let them both live. But that's what this kind of feels to me. It's where you have to sort of manipulate them. It's not really manipulation because it's just you becoming friends with them, but you have to get them into the right spots for the exact right situation to happen.
Yeah.
Because, like, none of this would happen. It's literally just because your journey to Asgore is delayed.
Yeah.
Because Torio's coming after you anyways, but the True Lab just takes enough time that Torio gets you to in time.
Yeah. Which is also why, like, I tried this in game. You actually have to do the neutral route before you do the passive route, I think. Because I tried go talking to Asgore and then leaving to try to get the phone call from Undyne.
Oh yeah, I've tried that myself. You do have to reset the game with Flowey.
Yeah. So it's kind of...
So the timeline is kind of skewed, but it's still the fact that you've got to, like, put the pieces in the right exact spot so that you take enough time.
Yeah.
And, like,
also,
make friends with everyone.
This makes me really like the theory that Once Upon a Time is Kara's theme, because, like, everyone's reunited here. and Kara's also here through the theme of Once Upon a Time.
Yeah. It's almost like the fact that you've got this whole friendship thing is almost like back to the beginning of what, like, before Toriel left the ruins, before all this hardship happened. It's almost right at the beginning of the Underground where they are all together again.
Yeah.
I guess because Toriel's out of the
ruins. This part is so good.
Yeah, and the part where it goes to like this 3/4 waltz part of Once Upon a Time just feels so good. I like that
with the ocarina and
yeah, the ocarina. Boom, ba-na-na. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice.
If I can offer in my own thing with the Once Upon a Time thing, with it also sort of connecting to the plot, it almost like summarizes your journey.
Yeah.
Like that's what I feel like. It feels like it's sort of making you live through your journey again, because you're seeing all your friends together that you've made throughout the Underground, and it's sort of putting it together. This is what got you here.
Because as you said, it's like the beginning is like the first, and then the story or like the journey is the second one.
Yep.
And then the third one is kind of like the ending.
Well, it's the beginning. The second part, the beginning is like the beginning. Well, yeah, the beginning is the beginning.
Yeah.
The second part is almost hardship.
Yeah.
And then the third part is the end. So like the second part, like journey, hardship, whatever.
Showing how far you come.
Mm-hmm. Also, welcome Meteorite Plays. Yeah, that part feels so, that low riff. But then Don't Give Up, this song.
This song is...
Like, I love how this is right after You Idiot playing, I think. I think it's You Idiot that plays, because Flowey's got all your friends together. You think it's hopeless, and he's about to kill you, and all of a sudden your friends fight back for you.
Yeah, he's about to hit you with all those friendliness pellets, and then Toriel comes with the firepower.
Ring of Fire. Yeah.
You have these like really warm. It sounds so warm. Like the violins just feel so. In music, like I don't know how to describe like a warm feeling. But like. That's just what they.
It feels inspiring. Like you've really got everyone. It feels inspiring because you've got like everyone behind you. Also, I like the almost. I think it's bells that are playing the background that really add this sort of push feeling to it. The drums and the bells and all that. The jingle bells.
At 50.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, those are sleigh bells. Yes.
Sleigh bells, yeah.
But I love the bass, like the what's playing on the piano, like.
Well, that's basically a sped up version of what's in Ending.
Yeah, it is.
It's got this. It's like everything just feels pushing you onward. Like everyone's supporting you. That's what it feels like.
With the hope melody, and it's like so good.
And it goes from like. I talked about how this sort of version of the hope motif sort of represents a more desperate hope, like a more determination feeling. And it's such a cool contrast to an ending, because an ending it feels sad because they still have to have hope while moving on. Where in this one it feels inspiring because now it's pushing you further. It's a desperate last push. You can fight against Flowey. I think Alpha summarized it best. I don't know how, because it's technically impossible, but I know you can beat Flowey anyways.
Yes. And the Flowey then takes all the souls and all the monster souls.
Also, if we talk about an ending for a second, someone actually mentioned on the last stream that the two leaderless endings, where if you kill all of the main bosses, actually doesn't have an ending play.
Yeah.
It'll actually just be some wind noises. So
wind noises.
It'll be like the end of the genocide. Like if you open up the game after genocide, that's like the same wind feeling there. Yeah. Yeah. But it kind of drives home. Yeah. In those endings, there's no leaders, nothing to go off from. It's the one couple of endings where everyone's hopeless, truly hopeless.
Yeah.
That kind of drives in the feeling that maybe an ending is still this kind of last desperate piece of hope.
and when they have no hope left, no melody.
Yeah. But then it
That
comes back and
is.
don't give up, and it finally pushes you through.
Now time for.
Oh, one last thing. Welcome,
one
Fox,
last thing.
Gosha
Okay.
Gamer, Acer, Bajan, and Sync is gone. But one last thing. I love the motif of Flowey surrounding you with friendliness pellets. Because the first time, and it always fails. Like, it's this
Yeah.
unavoidable attack that feels like it's going to crush you. The first time, he gets knocked away by Torio. The second time, the souls stop him just in time. And the third
Yep.
time, where he actually starts hitting with him, and finally he has that last ring and closes around you, your friends stop you. And I love how it's this crushing attack that always fails.
Yeah. So the first one is.
The first one is the intro sequence with Flowey.
Yeah, the first one is it touches you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do anything.
It heals you.
Or, yeah, it heals you. The second one, it touches you and it heals you, I think, right? In the Omega Flowey fight?
Yeah, I think that's what happens.
But in the third one, it doesn't touch you at all. Torio's fire stops it, which just makes it all the better. Like,
it's just this. It's kind of like this motif where when he uses that attack, it's supposed to feel crushing, but it's also the fact that you know you can still get out. And when he uses it there, it's that transition to when your friends are gonna stand up for you.
Yeah.
But I suppose we should finally get to it. Hopes and dreams.
We're finally here.
The song that was revised 3 times, and it was worth it.
I love how this song sounds like it's gonna be an epic orchestral battle, and then because it's like all with like the violence.
Well, like it actually
stuff.
syncs up with the music because it starts off with just a black background, and you got God Azure standing there, and all of a sudden it transitions to this rainbow coloration of the barrier,
and it's like all rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, with this. Oh, I love this so much, and it does the one in Undertale where it goes.
Yeah, the and it's got this like drop feeling to it right into the guitar.
It does so much, and I also think this is corroborates this being Kara's theme again.
Yeah.
Because
he thinks you're Kara.
Yeah, he thinks you're Kara, so of course it's gonna have Kara's theme.
And also the fact with my whole journey, the whole plot thing, the beginning would represent, well, this is kind of coming back all full circle with Flowey again, but it's also the fact that Azure was kind of stuck in the past, like projecting. And then when he uses and then of course when he uses part 3, it's like, I think the text in the beginning says itself, this is the end.
Yeah, and so this is like the end of the journey, and so I don't know why when I listen to Hopes and Dreams I always forget that this is the third melody, the third part in Once Upon a Time. It's just so different.
It's different enough. It's got this whole syncopated feeling with it, but it's different enough. But you can also tell it's Once Upon a Time Part 3 if you listen to it.
But again, I'm gonna say it again. It just proves how good Toby Fox is with melodies. He uses this really simple melody and just makes it into an epic climactic boss.
I think that's how it's set up so well in Once Upon a Time, because it's originally a pretty simple melody. It's on beat, it's 8-bit, and it's not much to it. But then he builds on it so well.
Yeah, and then of course there's Flowey's theme in here.
Flowey's theme. Well, yeah, that makes sense because it is still Flowey. But
also, I'm gonna just say, whenever like I hear just the background guitars like I just can't help but like just do the with the accents and stuff. Oh my god, those accents are.
But if I can actually talk about Flowey's theme for a second, I find it ironic how the first like song it's like the Your Best Friend motif, and the first song it's used in is Your Best Friend. And if you always like listen to the soundtrack while you're still playing the game or you haven't gotten a pacifist ending yet, it's kind of this like, oh yeah, it's the joke. It's not actually your best friend. He's pretending to be your best friend. But in reality, it kind of was the whole time because Flowey becomes your friend in the pacifist ending, and it's almost used with motives that, wow, it's yes one associated with Flowey. It's almost always an inspiring, happy feeling because in Your Best Nightmare and finale, it's used for the souls specifically, and they help you. And then when it's used in Hopes and Dreams and Save the World, it's could almost be associated with not only just Flowey but also your friends.
Oh yeah. Also, no, because it's your best friend because Kara and Azrael were best friends.
Or yeah, that could also be used to like think of his friendship, his connection to Kara.
With Kara, yeah.
That's an interesting way to think about it.
I really like that.
I also love the use of Snowden because even though the hope motive doesn't appear here, you've got the friendship/dreams motive still there that represents all your friends like pushing you on.
And so I think that that kind of proves that the music that's playing right now isn't really Azrael's theme. Because why would Azrael be projecting the friendship motif?
It's more of your friends. Once again, But if I can actually bring a cool parallel, this is such a good parallel to Omega Flowey's battle, because Omega Flowey's battle, it's you would think that this would feel more crushing because Flowey is more powerful, but Omega Flowey's battle is set up in a way to feel crushing. You think you're going to be friends with Asgore, suddenly he's dead, your game closes, and Flowey demonstrates all his power over you, and it's this chaotic frenzy. Whereas and it's supposed to feel crushing, it's supposed to feel chaotic, you're hopeless, until finale comes in. But while in here, in Hopes and Dreams, in Azrael's battle, even though he's more powerful, you still feel inspired to keep going because your friends are actively pushing you on. And like when you die, it's you refuse because despite the fact that in Omega Flowey's battle he was powerful, you felt hopeless. In this one, you still have that hope and you're still pushing forward.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna say that that's a hilarious joke, but it refused.
I know.
Like the heart refused.
It just splits apart. No you.
And then fuses back together.
I mean, it does reset the phase, so it's kind of the same thing, but it's just supposed to be a way to prevent Azrael from resetting. It shows how much determination, how your own determination is rivaling Azrael's, because you still have hope.
And his theme isn't in this song at all. I'm pretty sure. I
don't think
heard it yet. And so that's.
Welcome, Bass Clef Gamer.
It just shows that that's not Azrael's really true intentions at all.
Yeah, it just it's more fueled by Flowey and the past.
Yeah.
It's almost like a nostalgia trip in general, but it's powered by your friends to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just everything except actually Azrael is in this song.
Yeah, exactly. And I really like the ending, or just all the details you can hear, like in high, like the just it sounds like stars. It sounds like you're getting. It's just so detailed, and I love it.
It's funny how well the sound effects for Azrael's attacks. If we can talk about Azrael's attacks, they're literally kids' attacks. It's like Star Blazing, or Thunder Shocker, Thunderbreaker. It's like these kid-named attacks that
Ultra Mega Galactica.
It's like as a kid playing a game, and there's like comics of Azrael like drawing a thing where when I grow up, I want to be the absolute god of hyper death. It's just this overpowered thing. Like it's like kid making an overpowered OC.
Gary, if you ever like played with a kid and they just you try to introduce like a villain or something, that villain doesn't survive very long.
Yeah. And it's like he's almost trying to project his own view of what he wants to be. This adult, grown-up, overpowered character. Like, he wants to be grown up at the same time he's this overpowered character, unrealistic sort of thing.
Yeah.
And just the sound effects in general, like the brrr kind of fits so well with just the music in general, kind of the cheesy guitar thing, sound effects that would fit with like a boy band almost kind of thing.
Yeah. And then just I love the ending too, like the when it pulls back.
Yeah. Once again, it's got this pullback stasis feeling that all of a sudden rushes to the end again with the hope of your friends.
Yeah. I think that's good for this song. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, we've gushed over it enough. Let's go. Burning Despair. It's a simple song and it gets its job done. I do love how You Idiot is using it though.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of this push through of Azrael taking over again, because it comes back with that depressing feeling where he feels like he's gonna crush you again, and You Idiot comes back to sort of confirm that.
I like
the crushing feeling.
The little pew pew pew.
Yeah, it feels like you're playing like Space Invaders.
Yeah, it literally does. Like with all this.
But like it always fits because it's almost like sort of reality. It's got this sort of feeling of like reality, like glitching.
Yeah, it is. It's like losing your slip on reality, like exactly what's happening in the game.
I mean, like literally, his attack that leads into it is giant goat face that sucks in blocks or whatever and pulls you to it,
and
one hit deals one.
Wide Azrael.
Wide Azrael. That's like the biggest meme.
Yeah.
But also, can I tell you a couple funny things? You know how the transition where it transitions from black to like the rainbow background in the first phase.
Yeah.
There's first of all, the rainbow background is literally like a rainbow reskin of the barrier effect.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Like I didn't notice that until recently, but it fits so well because you're in front of the barrier fighting.
Yeah.
But it's also the fact that there's this glitch where if you do something at the exact moment that music drop happens and it's supposed to transition, Azrael will actually disappear. Like the effect won't happen, I think, and Azrael will disappear, and you'll just get the rainbow effect that's supposed to be behind him on a black background.
Oh, okay. I did not.
It's just a funny glitch there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we go back to Burning Despair, it's this small scene where it's supposed to feel like Azrael's taking over. He has the power again, and it's supposed to feel crushing. And so all of a sudden, you can't reach your save file, but maybe you can save something else.
You can save the world.
You can save
also,
Azrael.
I love how it's like hopes and dreams save the world.
I know.
Yeah.
Also, is it like literally a pun on your save file? Oh, welcome, Carvancer.
Yeah.
But this is just set up so well where, like, if you've seen, there's actually recently a no-hit on the entirety of this battle.
Yeah,
And the reason
I
it's so
saw
difficult is because that small phase with Burning Despair where he's using those projectiles. It's also like those projectiles, I won't say it out loud, but they look like a certain organism.
Yeah. They look like something.
They look like something, but let's just call them rainbow fireballs for now. But they're like, they're supposed to like swarm the screen, and they're supposed to hit you. You're supposed to be hit by that attack, and it's almost random that you not get hit by it. But you're supposed to die a couple times, or at least once at least.
I actually am able to now. I'm not no-hit it, of course, but I can get through that part without any deaths.
There's this one like sort of safe spot area.
Yeah, it's next to the top. What I do is I just go to the top and then I move down and back up a little bit.
But the scene is just set up so well because you feel oppressed again, like that sort of rush from your friends in the first phase is kind of dying down, and he's taking over. But then when all hope is lost, you decide to do what you do best and bring out some mercy. And the and the act button literally changes to a save button. I thought that's so cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all rainbow stars.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's like you have the rainbow power now.
Yes. And I really love the bass. Like, have you listen? This is a classic descending bass line where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally the bass line.
Can we talk about how Toby takes Once Upon a Time doo doo, and
Yeah.
your best friend doo 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 doo, and puts it in like this epic guitar solo made from these two simple themes, and combines them so well.
It's so good.
It's so good.
And I also like the part because first it's established as like a guitar solo kind of part, but then it just goes into
Yeah, and like straight up just accepts that it's a guitar solo, and I'm gonna talk about that more in like in Last Goodbye, because it goes even further there. But I love how it pulls back to that little emotional part 3, where it's used like the I think it's a glockenspiel.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, where it plays Once Upon a Time Part 3, and it's sort of this is the end, to save your friends, you can do this sort of thing, and then it goes back to guitar solo time.
Yeah, and I love the violin.
Yeah, that comes in so well. But also I love how in the end, like I know how the where it uses Once Upon a Time Part 3 in the whole guitar solo, it's almost an exact copy of how it's used in Hopes and Dreams. However, the one difference is that the glockenspiel comes back in and actually plays along with it.
Yeah. Does this one have flowers singing?
Yeah, the
It
dun
does,
dun
it
dun
does.
dun 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 dun.
But it's kind of like drowned out. It's really drowned out.
It's almost like you're taking the themes, the beginning theme of Azrael holding on to Kara, and the Your Best Friend theme, which is the creepy, it's not actually your friend thing, and you're just kind of taking them and twisting them on their heads.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you're taking them and physically changing them.
Yeah, you're using them against the opponent.
Yeah. Like you're using Azrael. I love how you basically use Azrael's god powers. The fact that he has souls, but you use the fact that he has souls again against him and force him to feel emotion.
Yeah. Because you instead of like the souls being against you, you use the souls against Azrael.
Yeah, it kind of brings back how it works in Your Best Nightmare, where instead of the souls revolting, it's the souls actually convincing him. But I love how you bring that out, because Azrael was repressing them really well, but you bring that out with the lost souls. You actually individually go to the souls of your friends, and you encourage them, and it builds up, reminding Azrael of how much they care about you.
Yeah, oh my god.
The lost souls are done so well as well.
Yeah. There's you probably have heard it because I know you scavenge the YouTube Undertale a lot, but No Block's second Undertale whole mashup thing that he made is so good with the with this part, because it gets Save the World, and it combines like literally all the other
I know it combines
themes.
all.
It's so good. Like it's I love that so much.
But I love how this, like the Lost Souls part, is almost a make you feel good part in general, because it reminds you of what you've done to help the characters, and you get to do it again. You get to like befriend them again and bring them back.
And then they remember everything. Memories came flooding back.
It's such a masterful combination of what you've done that's brought you here, and using it once again.
Exactly.
Oh man. But from one great song to another great song, his theme.
Oh,
all right.
This theme.
Prepare the waterworks.
Yeah. But,
this entire song, the main melody, is like completely the main melody is nothing different from Memory, but it's just how it builds up is so amazing.
Yeah, and with the
first you have the violins coming on, giving in this,
and then you have the piano.
The violins coming in like makes you think of Hopes and Dreams, or like Don't Give Up, where it's this dun dun pushing it together. Then you have the piano coming in, which like
with,
slowly goes up. It's slowly pushing you up. and then
Yeah.
it's just this gradual,
Oh, like the buildup is so.
yeah. And then finally, wait, nope, wait, I missed it. That's
Is
not
this
when
the
it happens.
one? I think this is the one.
Yeah, this is the one. Just the snare drums go so well. Oh, it just happened for me. Yes, it goes so well.
Oh.
And then you got like the bells playing in. It's like, how do I describe this?
It's so.
You go.
I don't know.
Inspiring.
It is, and like just this theme, like normally this theme could almost get me to cry, but listening. But whenever I play this in game, I cannot. It's so sad.
Yes. If we can actually talk about like the scene for a second, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this song is actually slowed down in game. Which kind of drives home the feeling of like the slow pace of Kara / Azriel both. Like, I almost feel like it's a combination of Kara as the narrator giving you the memories to use, and Azriel himself, and like the memories themselves being pulled out of Azriel. But it builds upon this beginning scene steadily, and it's this slow realization as it's like the parts that complement the melody are actually like pushing it up. And it's this slow realization, until all of a sudden you come back to the main battle, and Azriel is fighting back where the drums come in, and it's this slow pushing him, like Azriel, give in.
Yeah, I feel like that's exactly how like emotions build up. Like this theme is actually
that's the best way to describe it. Emotions building up.
And then it's just the release of all the feelings in the part where just everything just comes out, and Azriel just starts. Oh my god!
It's like you have the memories coming with like Azriel. You have the memories, seeing them again, and you think back and you put it all together until finally it's this suddenly realization and release of emotions. Azriel starts giving in.
Oh my god! So
and the final part where he kind of gives in to being a kid, where he's like, it's like him still trying to act tough, like you can't stop me, stop it, and finally he just goes, just let me win. It's him begging you to stop.
That's like that part's so powerful because like he's hitting you with like literally this huge rainbow power, and you're not dying. It's like going 0.1, 0.0, 1.0000. Oh my god.
Do you know Star Wars?
Yeah, but I don't really. I haven't really.
Have you seen the sequels? Have you seen the sequels?
No, I haven't. I haven't really seen.
Oh, you really haven't seen the sequels? All right, I won't spoil it for you then, because I was gonna bring up a parallel, but I won't spoil it for you.
That's fine.
But it's just kind of this feeling of almost a parent talking to their child.
Yeah.
It's like your child, the Azriel is like a kid trying to fight against you, trying to act tough until it all breaks down.
Yeah.
It's just this perfect.
This theme is exactly like it just builds up,
and it's kind of cool.
Oh my god, that's such a perfect way.
And it's kind of cool because how Save the World and that scene focuses on you and your friends. It's that it's when his theme comes in where your friends are safe. Now it's time for you to focus on Azriel. Now it's time for you to save him. And it's just this one-on-one feeling. It's just so good.
Yeah, and then this theme.
All right, if we go on, I might actually start crying. So let's go to Final Power.
It's a power, which is just like
it's literally just Save the World backwards with some effects on it. It's like, Toby, why is this song on the soundtrack?
Yeah, why is it? Like, it's pretty cool.
But to be fair, there is some like symbolism behind it where it works with the scene where it's all of it being undone.
Yeah, like reversing everything that he's done.
Like everything since the plan has been reversed and forgiven, and he breaks the barrier.
I don't really have anything else to Let's see.
I mean, the barrier was destroyed scene where the souls come out of him just is so cool.
That is like all the souls just leaving Azrael. Oh my gosh.
And can we talk about the whole choice? Like throughout the game, you've kind of got this choice lingering on your mind, and it's especially brought up in a neutral route with the Undertale and Asgore, where which is the better choice, you dying and monsters being freed, or you living? And it's kind of where just the pacifist ending completely bypasses that by taking the monster's souls and using the 6 previous human souls, breaking the barrier, and you still get to live. It's like you get your cake and eat it too.
Because like, it was like made fact that like a bunch of monster souls combined could like have the power of a human soul.
It's like this perfect setup for it as well.
Yeah.
That you don't even think about. And the scene with Azrael, like after he breaks the barrier, and you hug Azrael, and you can like hug and console Azrael. I know it gives you the choice there, but you are a horrible person if you do not console Azrael.
There's so many memes that are like, where it's like I did not comfort Azrael. They're like, what?
Yeah.
Or like the one where it's like I didn't comfort Azrael, and then he gets thrown out the window.
But it's like it's literally you comforting a friend after all this release of emotion. You just kind of help him calm down, and he forgives you. And the scene where you actually learn Frisk's name.
Yeah.
It's kind of what sets you apart as this isn't really your character. You should let Frisk go by themselves in the pacifist ending, and we can talk about Flowey's little scene there at the end, but I don't know, it just kind of sets up Frisk being different from you, separate from you with the True Lab in this scene.
Yeah, I also like the joke where Napstablook is crying Frisk's name.
Really?
And it's when you go and talk to Napstablook in the ending where you go and talk to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
If you go and talk to Napstablook says that there was a white flash throughout the underground, and now everyone knows Frisk's name.
Oh, and he doesn't.
And he doesn't know his name.
I find it funny how all that Napstablook did was literally shut the door and sat there.
Yeah.
But I also find it funny how all he thinks has happened is that there was a white flash and everyone knows your name. And he thinks he got it. He thinks he had it worse, even though he never got sucked into Azrael.
Yeah. And the part where he's like, I'll remember the name, and then so he like cries out the name, and then it's like, oh no, the water, the letters are melting together. Oh no.
Also, I love how Metaton goes back and actually like meets up with Napstablook.
Yeah.
So you can kind of put together his origins again. And I also love how Shiren is going to become part of his band.
Yeah, I don't know, like, because, like, literally so much effort was put into, like, this final part, where it's reunited. We can talk about reunited now.
Okay, yeah.
This is literally, we're talking about reunited.
This is the second longest song in the game, by the way, next to Undertale.
I thought, wait, how long is Your Best Nightmare? That's the third longest song, right? Or something?
Yeah, wait, Your Best Nightmare is...
Okay, yeah, it's 4
That's
minutes.
401. This one's 444. So this one's
and then Bring It In, guys.
It's 413.
Very long, yeah.
But yeah, this
413 special Homestuck number.
But also, I love how like you can just talk to all the little NPCs of characters that you met throughout the underground.
And it's literally, he changed the dialogue for everyone.
Yeah.
Like the whole underground. Like, so much.
There's so much payoff for everything. Also, Welcome Trondor does stuff, but there's so much payoff for everything.
And literally, like, that's like re-dialoguing like the whole game. Like, that's so much.
Like you can talk to Gerson, learn the whole thing behind King Fluffy Buns. You can talk to the guy that was translating for Grilby, and he tells you that he didn't actually know. And you can talk to Grilby himself, and it's this little good job, and it just makes you feel so good.
Yeah, because he didn't even talk at all, and then he
just goes,
job.
"Good job." good. You done good, kid.
Yeah.
Um, it just like makes you. There's this one meme where it shows like a cat being head pat and he's like loving it. That's just what it feels like.
Hey. Exactly. But like it just shows how much detail he puts into this world and how much thought that he actually like thought about all this and like the story and like the characters. Just to go back and add dialogue for everybody.
Also, the snowman is hilarious. If you like, he can either be like, "Oh, thank you for bringing the snow over there," or he can be like, "Oh, it's okay. You still brought it some point," or he can straight be like, "You're evil.
Oh.
I know everyone loves you, but I saw you eat my snow. You're evil."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like this song, it also got like that warm feeling to it. Just really nice and
It's just kind of cool how there's like literally every small choice that you could have had in the game is built upon the passive ascending. Even like the fun Clam Girl.
yeah.
She's
I think
only
so,
a thing that appears if your fun number is at it's in the 80s range. If your fun number is in the 80s,
yeah.
she'll only appear. But the funny thing is, you can actually talk to her in the passive ascending, and she has separate dialogue. But the thing is, she'll be like, yeah, she'll normally say if you talk to her before that you want to meet Susie's daughter, and there's this whole thing about this, or like her neighbor's daughter Susie. But if you talk to her in the passive ascending after talking to her before, she'll say, "Oh, it's okay, you didn't get to meet her, but you'll meet her some other time," and that's referencing Deltarune. But the funny thing is, if you don't talk to her before the passive ascending, and you talk to her after, she'll actually mention that she wanted to tell you something, but you just walked right past her.
Yeah. And I also like how the Once Upon a Time 2 is in here.
Yeah.
Because it just shows you your whole journey.
Yeah, that's what it does. It has all three parts feeling your journey again, because you can go throughout everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the first part of the game where everything is open. Oh, sorry, I cut you off. What?
Yeah, I'm sorry too, but it literally symbolizes that you can go back and see like every and your whole journey and how far you've come throughout the underground. And then I like how the part, like the 03 part, it doesn't really sound like it at first. It's like the do 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 do. Like,
well, it kind of just kind of fades in slowly, like it just kind of this warm fuzzy feeling, like this is the end, you did it. It's a slow pat on the back. Toby just does this. I know people complain about how you don't get to see much of the surface. Like, people complain about, no, I want to see what goes from here. Toby, make Undertale 2. But honestly, Toby does such a good job in the passive ascending of bringing everything back and just letting you kind of settle in it and accept the ending and look back at everything.
Do, do.
Ba, 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 ba.
Yes. And then it just all drops and then do, 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 do.
Also, yeah, Trondor mentioned there's another payoff from Monster Kid. You know the scene on the bridge where Monster Kid falls and you have to go and save him? There's actually 3 choices you can make there. You can actually rush towards Undyne or like stand there, or you can run away. And Monster Kid will have different dialogue for all 3 times. If you have saved him, he'll thank you for saving him and also mention how he doesn't really like Undyne that much.
Undyne,
but he found a new idol and it's but it's actually kind of what? Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say that I do remember that.
Yeah.
He says,
But there's also 2 other things you can say. If you stood there or rushed towards Undyne, didn't help him, he'll just be like, "Dude, don't talk to me. I don't like you." And if you ran away, Monster Kid will actually say, like in the scene, that he thinks, "Oh, they just ran away to get help." And if you talk to him, he'd be like, "Yo, you didn't get help, did you?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, this is awkward. I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
But it can range from him like being like, "Man, this is so cool," and being your best friend, to him just being like, "Don't talk to me. I don't like you." And it kind of drives in that feeling with like the yellow credits as well.
Mm-hmm.
where even if you do get the passive ascending, you can kind of go back and touch up things. Like you can still kind of be responsible with your reset power and do it again and kind of make
I
everything a little better.
literally, I did the yellow thing. I almost did it. I touched one and I freaking
Oh no,
said.
I'm talking about monsters like the sparing yellow credits and
Oh,
bring it in,
I thought you were
guys.
talking about the special things.
No, I'm talking about the fact that you can actually like talk to the you can actually make everything slightly better for the monsters if you do things a certain way. And that kind of drives in, it's almost like a collectible, but it kind of drives in that feeling that even though Flowey does discourage you from resetting, you can still be responsible for your power and make everything just slightly better for everyone.
Oh yeah.
Though it also gets to the point where if you've ever seen like Underverse or whatever, where you can kind of get like perfected a little too much, and there is a point where you should stop. But I don't know.
Yeah, I've not seen that.
You really should watch Underverse. That's a good AU.
I haven't really checked out a bunch of AUs. I still need to see the comic that you talk about.
Inverted Fate.
Yeah.
But Inverted Fate kind of like hasn't gotten to this part yet, so haven't been mentioning it at all.
Oh, okay. But yeah.
I don't know. We haven't even touched on like the motives besides Once Upon a Time. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess this song is mostly Once Upon a Time, but you do have once again Snowden coming in, and it's like all your
Oh,
friends
yeah.
again.
Because. Ding, ding.
Also-
Oh, this is what I was talking
Yeah.
about with the with the bells when we were watching the concert. Like
Yeah.
it just sounded it
Yeah.
just didn't sound right without the ding ding ding
Yeah.
ding, like all the echo.
But the entire song just feels nostalgic.
It does.
It's just this, you did it. It's everything's happy. Also, I love how the little details with I love Papyrus and Undyne's phone actually dies. So,
Oh, yeah.
but there's also the fact, but it kind of fits. Like that's that's actual continuity because in an ending, Sans will actually say he's gonna have to cut this short because the phone's battery is low.
Yeah.
Like Papyrus's phone is low, and that's continuity right there.
Yes, because like because in an ending they call you, and it's because you already left the underground. But in the Passus ending, you haven't left, so their phone is
Like
still
those sync
alive.
up in terms of time.
Yeah, it does.
But it's also a good excuse for Toby to not have to write more of the call stuff for in New Home, and like for the pacifist ending, because that would be ridiculous. But I do kind of like if when you go throughout the rooms, you get a cute little thing with Torio learning how to text.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Also, I love how there's a part where she says, and it's like Sans comes in and trolls her. But I also love how there's a part where she says, "I heard that using the computer can be bad for you, but I have not seen you use the computer since we came into the underground.
Yeah.
You must be very healthy." And meanwhile, you on the computer,
It's
spending
just
like
on
an
the-
hour going throughout the underground, being like, "Yeah."
Yeah. I haven't checked out like the all the calls with Papyrus, but I really like the elevator calls. Those are hilarious.
Where he
They're
like
what
says,
does the L stand for? What is the
linguini.
R? It stands for line because.
Oh,
that's
if
the
you actually
color.
call in front of Papyrus's station, it will say, "How does he keep it? How does he keep his station together?" He made it out of spaghetti and paper, and he calls it cardboard hydrates.
Cardboard hydrants. Oh gosh, no! I did not know that.
It's something about where he makes like he calls it cardboard hydrates, and it's hilarious.
No, not a terrible pun, Papyrus. How could you?
Papyrus actually canonically tells more, like, if you think about his calls, he actually tells more puns than Sans does in the game.
Well, probably on accident. 'Cause
I think he just likes puns, and he just hates the fact that Sans's are so, like, low, like, in status, just like dad jokes.
yeah.
But this ending part is where it goes the boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
It just wraps it up so nicely.
It's not even like because it's not a melody that you've heard before, I don't think. So it like kind of represents like something new is going to happen.
Like in my stream where I like when I first played this part,
Mm-hmm.
I started it right before like I had the save file right before New Home where you fight Asgore and then do Azru's fight. Like
Yeah.
where you do Azru's fight. The first I think I think want to say 15 to 20 minutes was actually that whole Azru's fight, and then there was another 2 hours of me just going throughout the underground trying to find every little thing I could.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then the ice wolf stops throwing ice. I don't know why. I
Oh,
just remember that.
it's just like we could go on for this for literally hours if
Yeah,
we pointed out
because
or like Azrael being in the beginning. I almost forgot. I have to mention that Azrael being at the beginning, where if you go all the way back and talk to him, and it also parallels with Torio, because after Torio's fight, you can actually go back to the beginning of the ruins as well and
who
find
the
her
hell
there
is
taking care of the
Toriel?
flowers. But it parallels Torio, where you can find Azrael there sitting among the flowers and get so much so much exposition from him about Kara.
Yeah.
It's just okay. We need to stop. We need to stop. But it's just so much where Toby
that
pays
you can
off
talk about.
everything. Toby pays off everything. He rewards you so much for being a good boy and playing the pacifist ending.
Exactly. You get so much stuff. So
All right. After all of that, we got another short song. Menu full. Wait, are you actually playing on your P? That's what you were preparing.
I have the instruments, yeah. Like
Yeah. It kind of doesn't sync up with my video well, but it's fine.
dang it. Yeah, but I have the clap baits. Like,
yeah. Wait. Okay, you start the song right at the beginning.
Okay.
3,
oh my.
2,
Yeah.
1, play. Yes, it syncs. That's funny. But honestly, it really is cool how each instrument builds upon each other. I think I remember which associates with which. Let me see if I can remember. It's a little bit of an oomph. It's the you get the bass with Sans and Papyrus. You get the piano with Torio. You get the bass with Sans and Papyrus.
Yeah.
You get the violin playing the violin synth with Asgore. You get the little piano riff and the bongos for Alphys and Metaton respectively. You get the little push thing that goes like when it does the bump bump bump. You get the little push that goes bump behind it. That's with Undyne. And then you only get this last part with Once Upon a Time Part 3. You only get that with the Azrael.
Yeah.
It's just so cute. Like subtle details like these where it just builds up the whole time with each friend you make.
Yeah. Does it still have like the
And it's got the syncopated bop too.
It still has like the hi-hat.
Oh yeah, that's throughout there the whole time. That's like the yeah. Also, I just don't know why, but I love the little bump, the little bass where it goes bum bum bum.
Yeah, bum 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 bum.
It's just so happy.
I think wait.
It's so like cutesy. That's what it's like. Just so cutesy.
Yes.
Oh, welcome, certified gamer. Oh, and there's a Russian user in my chat as well. Okay. Respite then?
Yeah.
Wait, crap. Accidentally full screen. Close, please. There we go.
This is like this chord is.
It almost feels like a bell tolling.
Yeah, it does. Like the dum dum.
Respite is a song that has so many layers.
Yeah. But this is a chord that you can hear. I don't know. It's called a major 7, which is.
That's where it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Major.
It's it's literally an octave above, but right below the octave. So uh, it's a whole step below the octave above, which gives a really like dissonant feeling though.
Yeah.
Like if you ever played like those two notes together, it does
Yeah.
does sound like a thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But that kind of, on the surface, this song is this like sort of stasis, sort of this is the payoff of finally seeing the surface, and even got the ending, the hope theme playing, where your determination, all the hope, it's finally being let out as you're on the surface.
Yeah.
Also,
Like
can we
a
talk
new
about the
hope.
fact that like all your friends just kind of sit in the underground and wait for you instead of just peeking out? Like this is the first time we've been out here in like centuries. Why are we waiting for the kid?
Yeah, that's exactly like, wait, why are we waiting again? Let's just go.
But anyways, with the motives, you've got an ending and you got the piano, and it's on the surface, it's this sort of payoff. This hope has paid off, but it's also melancholy and sad because
Yeah.
you've got this dissonant key, and you've also got this sort of distortion, like very, very subtle crackling sound, almost like from a record in the background that you can barely hear. But it kind of drives home that you might be seeing the scene multiple times. And the fact that you're seeing the scene multiple times is a very bad thing.
Yeah.
My dad just walked past me with a cat on his back. Like literally, like he's like bent over and the cat is on his back. Anyways.
Yeah, like this part, we call that the sun, my friend.
Yeah. The dialogue is just, it's so stasis feeling, but with your friends kind of bringing it almost like doesn't fit with your friends.
Yeah.
Because you've got this beautiful sunset, like almost the sad scene in like where a guy's going off into the sunset, and you've got this like the silhouettes, which should create this dramatic feeling, and it's just all your friends, their characters still remain intact, but it's just this moment of awe.
But yeah, I'm just gonna say that this major 7 thing is like very prominent in the one-shot soundtrack. You can find it everywhere.
Oh, the one-shot soundtrack. One-shot soundtrack is not my favorite soundtrack, but it definitely does have some good songs.
Oh, my favorite song from One Shot's definitely the Library Stroll.
Mine's 11th Hour.
It's Library Stroll or the what's that called? The one, the city one. I don't know what it's
on
called.
Little Cat Feet.
Yeah, that one.
Mine's 11th Hour, but
yeah.
well, I guess that's technically the Solstice soundtrack, but
yeah, it's because
I think my second favorite one, if like would be Sonder.
I don't remember which one that is.
It's not a very popular one,
but yeah, it also uses instead of being a D flat and a D, it uses an F and an E.
Yeah, there's some weird changing around when you start getting these types of chords, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I really love these types of chords because you can hear it in. I'm just gonna say hello.
Yeah.
In Asgore, where it goes do 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 do.
Yeah.
That's a major 7, and it's just really powerful chord.
Yeah. And one last thing I wanted to say. Oh crap! What was I talking about? It's just, yeah, it's got this moment of oh yeah, respite. The name itself, respite, is literally supposed to be the calm before the storm. It literally means like a brief break before something bad happens. And it's almost like the game is sort of testing you with this scene, sort of saying, like with everything, the emotion, it's showing you exactly how much the monsters want to see this. It's showing them their pure joy, this moment of awe of seeing the surface. And it's almost like the game is testing you with this song, like, are you really going to make them see it again?
Yeah.
Or like, and also staying with Toriel was the best thing ever. And it also kind of
Yeah.
teases you there because you've got two choices. You can either not go with them and get a different thing, or you can stay with Torio and get a different thing. And it's this entire fact is, are you going to see that choice twice? Like, it's always teasing you.
Yeah,
And it's
and I
almost
like the dialogue where Toyo's like, if you just not have chosen at
Yeah.
all, or like if you said this at the beginning, this would not have happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome, Colorbit. But it's just kind of the game almost being like Flowey poking you, saying, when you're faced with a choice,
Yeah.
are you really gonna go back on yourself?
Yeah, just leave it at that because
Yeah.
that was the true ending.
Like, are you the horrible person that even Flowey himself doesn't really know, or like that Flowey brings up? I don't know. This like song is just has so much symbolism in it.
Yeah, it's so good. I love the it just has that like just the feeling. It's not like I really don't know how to explain it. It's not like winning. Like it doesn't feel like you've won for some reason.
It kind of just gives that moment of awe, and it's a good song in general.
Yeah.
It gives that moment on the surface. It's that moment of awe. You've done it, but it's not like the pat on the back that Reunited or Save the World was. It's more of this. It's here. You've done it, and it's the melancholy of it's the end. It's like the definition of that little melancholy feeling where it's the end. You can't play anymore, but you can play more. And it's a game saying, should you play more? Also, someone mentioned in the chat that, relaunching the game after this ending, even like just relaunching it, not actually resetting or anything, no one will be in the little circle.
Yeah. In the
start menu won't play. It'll just be these small dissonant tones.
Yeah.
And
I'm pretty sure Flowey's there. Just looking.
Oh yeah, Flow. No, that's only in the Genocide ending. No one's actually there.
Oh, I thought Flowey was still there.
It's only in Genocide where Flowey will start to be there. But if you just reset the game in general, like if you don't reset but you just relaunch the game, it'll just show you right there because it knows what choice you're about to make.
Yeah.
Welcome, Sam.
Because you have like reset and then you have true reset.
It's just this. This entirety of the song is just Toby knowing exactly what you're gonna do, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah. But then we get the actual we did it with the Bring It In guys.
Bring It In guys is so good.
It is. It's really good.
Because
with the enemy approaching start, it's so fun.
Like, Save the World and Reunited, the thing they had in common is that while they were that pat on the back and like summarizing your journey, they were still using Once Upon a Time and like pacifist associated themes to do that. Where Bring It In guys, instead of just being the happy thing, is just sort of like, this is what happened, everything's coming together.
Yeah.
And I love how much you see of the surface.
Yeah, and again, like, I really like this song because it does the call back to like all the themes in the game.
Yeah.
Like that, I really like that.
Also, one of the fact that Papyrus's part is literally a saxophone solo, doing like this kind of sort of almost like what is it, like almost not noir but like detective style saxophone jazzy thing.
And then the part that I'm pretty sure is Megalovania, right? Like the
I almost thought that might be a coincidence, and it's just sort of Sans teasing you or whatever.
Yeah, it is kind of Sans teasing you because he looks at like the camera right when it happens.
Also, all the scenes that accompany them, where you've got like you've got Papyrus finally getting his car, like finally getting a race car and driving down the road, and then Sans beating him on a tricycle. Then you get like the payoff to the scene where Undyne and Alphys were about to kiss, and like and Torio cuts them off. But then you get the actual scene where Undyne kisses Alphys, and Alphys goes red, falls over.
And 99.99
Nine,
damage.
Also, I love the subtle detail where where Undyne is actually like hitting this concrete, laughing, but she actually starts breaking the concrete.
And then yeah, it starts breaking it, and then it's like cracking. Oh my god.
But
She's
then
cracking up.
and you've also got like Undyne's you've got Spear of Justice and the Hope theme being like this guitar solo.
Yeah.
And then it comes in with like Death by Glamour, and personally I think this is the best rendition of Death by Glamour and Bring It In Guys, where like this first part where it combines Death by Glamour with another medium even more.
Mm-hmm. And then this one actually sounds like oh, this one's so good.
Welcome, Evan. You know what this makes me think of? You know, like any kids movie or like kids show where like they defeated the big bad and they have that part at the ending, that sort of part at the ending where everyone's dancing or whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me think of that, just everyone at a concert sort of dancing all together, celebrating, and it just feels, it's still a bop.
Yeah, it is. It's such good. But then he also does like the classic like the before like the drop, he does the
I love how it fades out where it goes bum ba-dum, and then it fades out with a piano, and it just lets it resonate before coming to Asgore's theme. And then it goes to Torio's theme. Also, I love how Asgore has just kind of accepted a life on the surface, and he's cutting a hedge, and it's Papyrus actually mentions, Papyrus actually mentions that he wants a hedge cut in his the shape of his face.
And then Asgore does.
Yes. And I also love how Torio is actually like starting a school and Monster Kid's going to the school.
Mm-hmm.
And you finally get that scene where Once Upon a Time plays, and it's like that little last reference to your beginning where it's showing the mountain in full color, and you're like, this is it. Wait, what?
Yeah. I also, if you listen to like the little bass line melody, it's again the descending bass line. It goes down, and then it like leads up to something like and then it goes back up, and it just builds up.
I just love how each part is almost like, it's not just each part playing again, it's each part built upon itself and made better.
Yeah.
You've got Undyne's theme being used the guitar solo, you got Papyrus as the cool jazz, you got Enemy Approaching, sort of built upon itself. It's just, everything is a little more flair to it.
And I don't know what kind of sound font Undyne's theme is, but like the like the sound font is so
that's
so video
that's a
circus or something.
Wait, are you talking about in the original or in Bring It In, Guys?
Bring It In, Guys.
And Bring It In, Guys, that's a well, it's kind of the same one that's used for Jevil, but it's a piano. It's an automatic piano. It's a circus piano thing. Like you know the pipe piano where they'll like put a piece of paper through it and it's got little gaps and it plays automatically at like a carnival or something.
The paper piano or what is that?
It's like the automatic playing piano they'll have at a carnival, except it's pipes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is.
I'm talking. It sounds like a Mario sound effect. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it is used in like the menu theme in Mario 64.
Like in 130, I think that's when Undyne's theme comes back in. But it literally sounds like a jump sound effect, like doing.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And then it goes to the ocarina.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
But I think probably the Metaton part has to be my best. Also, I love how Burger Pants is just sitting in the bush, being a bush.
Yeah.
But you kind of get that.
Yeah.
You kind of get that payoff of Metaton, and Metaton starting his own show on the surface. but it's also just combines the beginning of Death by Glamour a little bit more with another medium, and again, it's adding
Yeah,
flair to everything.
and that one even sounds more like a DJ is mixing that that part.
It's just a dance party. That's all I can
Yeah, it
describe that part.
is.
And finally, you get Last
Uh,
Goodbye.
I love this beginning.
I know it comes in and it plays Once Upon a Time Part 2. I almost
Yeah.
associate with this kind of being like it is the last goodbye, and last goodbyes are kind of sad, but it doesn't dwell on it too much before instantly going to party time again.
Yeah.
You just get to celebrate so much in the pacifist ending.
This is
Welcome, Hylet.
Also, it starts off with like the second one because you said
Yeah.
this one was like the I don't know. I keep on
The sad one.
but or like the hardship one.
Yeah, the hardship.
because You're actually doing like a hard mini game right now.
Well, I was saying because like a last goodbye, goodbyes are sad,
Yeah.
but it doesn't dwell on it too much before like going to this whole thing.
Oh, going back to that. But then the piano solo.
Yeah, the piano
is,
solo plays this beautiful little emotional like, all right, goodbye for now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And then the guitar
Love-
solo. It's just like Toby was
Yeah.
just flexing with this part. That's all you can say. He just freaking did all he could to make it an awesome guitar solo.
Yeah. Oh, the do 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 do.
Yeah.
I love that guitar solo.
Oh, someone mentioned in chat the very beginning where it goes da 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 can maybe be associated with Falling Down. I mean, I don't think so. Maybe.
Wait. Do 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 do. I don't think.
Nah, it's not the same. Like the very beginning. Oh yeah, but
Kinda
yeah,
sounds like it could sound like Jebel's theme, like the one that goes.
I don't think Jebel's theme was really thought of. That'd be a weird connection that makes no sense. I'm pretty sure Toby
Yeah.
was just flexing with a guitar solo, let's be honest.
Yeah, I know. It literally just sounds like.
Also, this part where you actually hear the Once Upon a Time Part 2 played, like replacing the little glockenspiel part with piano. That's Toby actually playing,
Yeah.
which I thought was so cute. It's just sort of his
Yeah.
little add-on. I just want to add a little bit of my own self
Yeah.
to this part because just it's so emotional.
I've heard. I'm not sure if this is true. If this is true, that's absolutely insane. But I heard somewhere that was improvised. If that was, then oh my god, like, holy crap, that's insane.
That's hilarious. Or insane.
If he actually improvised this part,
Yeah.
like, and like didn't really think about it, or just like played out like what he wanted to. That's
Yeah.
I
Welcome,
could
Noah
never.
Afton. Also, by the way, I did manage to no-hit this minigame.
I did. I got one. I hit one.
I managed to no-hit it. It's not too hard if you can remember the
Yeah.
attacks and get it consistent. It's actually like, since it's actually built to be no-hit.
Yeah.
But, man, the Roomba dog is hilarious, by the way. It's just, and the music that plays in it is just so little mischievous. He's like, hello there. Welcome to my little place.
Also, this is just not doesn't have anything to do with anything. But the part where he goes da dun da dun da dun da dun
Yeah.
dun dun. He played that. He played that little part in the concert where it was like da dun da dun da dun da dun.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
goes. It's just amazing.
It's just a good rhythm.
It's just, It's just this sort of last push until it finally
Hmm.
descends and says goodbye.
It's
That
it's
last part was
literally
played by Toby too.
syncopation. Like
Hmm.
that's the definition of syncopation. Like dun 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 dun
Hmm.
dun 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 dun.
But
Yeah, because
yeah, it's just so good. But I
uh
think we've had enough of being nice, letting ourselves be nostalgic and save our friends. It's time to murder some people.
uh
But the Earth refused to die. Actually, wait. Before we talk about this, there's one specific
mhm.
song I want to talk about. But nobody came.
Yeah,
This,
that's the one that's the flowy,
yeah, it's
right?
Flowey's theme slowed down. I think it's like 8,000% or something, which is crazy.
Huh. Yeah.
But it's just the fact that it's like Flowey. Like the fact is that the genocide route is started by Flowey. If you're like playing the game blind and start to do a genocide route, it's probably gonna be because Flowey sort of encouraged you to do it. So it
Hmm.
encouraged you to kill and you listen to him. And it's just like Flowey's influence is behind you this entire time.
Yeah.
And
Uh.
it's so creepy.
Do.
But anyways, but
you
and
could
just yeah,
you could literally hear because like Flowey's thing goes doink doink doink
yeah.
doink, and then it's the but nobody came is literally do.
Yeah, you'd have to
It has
listen
the
for a
little
while to kind of get it, even so.
yeah.
But it's just kind of, it's just like Flowey is always there because Flowey is always
Hmm.
there in the
Yeah.
game and peeking behind you. But now it's kind of his influence is growing stronger, and it's just this creepy parallel.
Yeah.
But also, I love how the genocide route is made to punish you because normally with a choice like this it'd just be like you're a bad person but you still get different stuff and there's not really any reason not to do it besides you're a bad person, whereas in the genocide route everything before Undyne is doing it so perfectly in a way to encourage you not to. You barely
Yeah.
get the fight because you actually have to grind for enemies. It's like playing an RPG game. It's like playing another RPG game. You actually have to grind for enemies, except it kind of breaks the fourth wall with that because by grinding, you're killing everyone and now everyone's gone.
Yeah.
But it's also the fact that you don't get to fight bosses. You kill Torio in one hit, and then all you really get is the sad scene of Torio being like, "Why would you do that?" Then
Yeah.
you kill Papyrus, and instead of getting and you don't get a boss fight with him, it's just him trying to beg you to spare him. Also, I love how if you do spare him, he says, "You didn't do a violence." Yay.
You didn't do it. Oh, also, I'm gonna say like I did do like half of the genocide route.
Mm-hmm.
I beat Undyne and I was like, you know, I'm done. And I reset it, and then I love the dialogue where you talk to Sans, and he's like, "So I'm gonna give you about some advice about fighting Papyrus. Don't,
Don't.
don't."
Oh yeah. Oh wait, seriously, is that a thing that changes if you reset after a
Yeah.
genocide
Uh
route?
huh.
Instead of
He
him saying like
literally
the blue
says that.
stoplight, he says don't. Oh,
He
that's
says,
cool.
"Don't."
That is cool.
It is awesome.
But
I was like,
also,
"Oh, I love that."
but I love the how everything with Sans starting off, where it first starts off with him just instantly being like, wait, something's off here, because you turn it because he's like, normally this is where you smile, or
Or like,
normally this is where you laugh, or like smile at least. Hello? And then you don't stand behind the lamp, and it's just him slowly picking up on something's not right here.
yeah. Oh, but it's also like it's kind of like a joke because like there's nothing that looks different about Frisk to us.
Yeah.
Frisk just has the same face,
Well,
but
I think
like
that's sort of a cool thing as well because Toby is able to tell storytelling by like just having Frisk walk through the puzzles.
yeah,
Toby tells how much Frisk has been changed by the genocide route just through that, even with their stoic sprite.
mm-hmm. And yeah,
Mm-hmm. Uh,
so
but then Sans is like, you could help with the puzzles until finally at the very end he's like, okay, if you keep going where you are now, you're gonna have a bad time, and that's the first time you actually
yeah,
see Sans teleport without going off screen to do it, because the screen flashes
yeah,
black and he's gone, and it's this sudden setup for Sans like you should stop right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of Papyrus. Papyrus, once you kill him, is sort of that step, that sort of final step where you've become the villain and the entire game is changed.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Um.
it's just this huge test. Are you really gonna go through with this? Are you that horrible of a person?
No, because I stopped.
Oh, I did beat it. I actually trolled my stream. When I got to Papyrus, I spared him, and everyone was like, "Oh, yay, Papyrus!" And I was like going on to his date, and I just silently went to a save point, was about to save, then I closed the game, opened it up, and killed Papyrus, and everyone was like, "No!"
No. Oh no. But yeah,
Yeah.
I beat Undyne, and actually that's kind of what I really only wanted to do because there's the sand simulator, and you
Mhm.
play that
I
to
did play
beat
the Sand
sands.
Simulator before I got Undertale.
Yeah.
It took me 2 weeks to beat the Sand Simulator the first time I played it because I had no experience, like with the rest of the game.
Yeah. But the Undyne fight was actually really, really hard. Took me a few days.
Actually, if we can talk about Waterfall for a bit as well. First of all, I love how Gerson, if you threaten Gerson, he's like, "Yeah, I know how keepers work. You can
Yeah,
never fight a shopkeeper." It's this
you
little bit of
can't do.
fourth wall breaking wisdom.
Yeah, you can't do that here.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
but but it's also like it's kind of funny with Burger Pants though,
Yeah.
because I don't think Burger Pants even knows that you can't hurt him in a shop.
I think Burger Pants is just so dead inside, he doesn't even
Yeah.
notice that everyone's gone. He's like, evacuation? Ha, that'd be funny if that was real.
Yeah.
Or if you like tell him if you like threaten him, he says, "Go to hell." Nah, I can't do that, buddy. I'm not allowed of vacation days.
I'm not on vacation days.
That's like
No.
you for how dorky and like classic poor guy is like doing fast food, wasting his life, 14 years wasting his life. For like how much Burger Pants is supposed to emulate that? That little burn right there is really good.
It's really funny because it's also like saying that hell is gonna be your vacation, which means right now
That'd be like
you're
sweet
in
relief
pain.
for
You're
him.
not-
That'd be like sweet
Yeah.
relief for him.
Uh-huh. That's so funny. It's so funny.
But anyways, back to Waterfall. I like how Monster Kid, while he doesn't notice, there's little details with Monster Kid as well, where like if he gives you a boost, he like mentions like you don't have to be so rough.
Oh yeah. Even though like the animation is not different at all.
Yeah. But finally, right at the end, where he confronts you, and he's actually like he wants to emulate Undyne. He's kind of like almost like how Flowey
Yeah.
is. He wants to be big and strong. He's gonna fight you, and that's sort of your test right there. Are you gonna try and kill a kid?
Yeah. Oh my god.
But then
It's like,
Undyne gets in the way and takes the blow
And-
for him and tells him to run.
and you get and Undyne gets slashed in half. That's an F.
Also, if you didn't notice, there's this subtle thing as she goes on. Like you can see the wound like slash through her, but as she starts going on, you can physically see her top half slightly slide
Yeah,
down.
like skewing like that.
Mhm.
I know. Like, oh, that's such a crazy.
But this
detail.
entire scene where the Earth refused to die,
Mhm.
like I said, it's such a cool parallel to Undyne's neutral death, where instead of wanting to fight to kill someone just to kill this human, but still being able to harness her determination, now she's harnessing determination because she
Of
knows
the world
for the entire world she needs to protect everyone, and she's able to
Yeah.
do it now, and she reforms as Undyne the Undying, and it's just this
Yeah.
super powerful. Like Sans is great and all, but he's there because he cheats. Sans is there because of
Yeah.
more game stuff. Undyne is there because she is a hero that will stop
Yeah.
you.
And then, of course, the Earth refused to die is the hope.
Yeah, the
melody.
whole world fighting back against you, and it makes you feel like the literal name "Battle Against the True Hero" is the fact that you're no hero, you're just the main character.
You're just the villain because
You're the villain.
Undyne's the hero.
Mhm.
And also, I didn't talk about this. I kind of forgot. I think, but do you think Amalgam is like the dun 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 dun?
I think they're
Dun, dun.
connected. I don't think they're the same.
I
I think they're connected through
think they're-
determination.
Yeah, that's what I think too, because like this is kind of another determination motif.
It's sort of a warping of it. Like Amalgam
Mhm.
is just so weird. I'd say it's probable.
Because I think it's Battle Against the True Hero is like the dun 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 dun, but like Amalgam is like dun 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 dun.
It's like the
Dun,
battle
dun.
determination. It's
Yeah, it's like a determination malfunction.
yeah, it's like a warped heroes instead.
Yeah.
Like I kind of see it as the determination, as in a heroic, like being bravery. Let's call it like the bravery motive.
Yeah.
Like actually wait, you know the justice motive.
Yeah. The dun 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 dun.
Let me go
dun.
back to Your Best Nightmare for a second, because your bravery is the second one, right?
Yeah, I think so. Is it not the one that goes?
It goes bum ba 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 da, bum. Yeah. All right. Yeah, probably not the same.
Dun, 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 dun. But I think
Yeah.
that Amalgam is like a really warped version of the Battle Against the True Hero.
Yeah. It's just kind of like the same bravery and hero thing, but as the determination has been warped now.
Yeah.
But like with Battle Against a True Hero, it's monsters.
there and it's full and it's like
It's staying determined.
Wait, maybe it could be like the determination motif for like the maybe that could be human determination, but then the dun 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 dun.
Oh no, because
determination.
I think it's more bravery almost,
okay.
but it's kind of like different types of determination. Because then again, if you talk about hope, like the hope motive being slightly changed to be a more determined hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool to think about. But then yeah, like the Earth refused to die is also that determined hope being played.
Yeah.
And also I love how there's wind in the background. Like the wind is
you can
howling.
just hear it.
But it just feels like this whole godlike thing, like the world is pushing back against you. You're not wanted.
Yeah, I like the chimes too.
Yeah.
Ding.
But now, Battle Against a True Hero. This one. Yeah. We were talking about this beginning part with, like, connecting to the hero motive. The bravery.
Yeah. And then the bass line, if you listen, it's...
Yeah, the bass line just goes like 100 miles per hour.
It's so fast.
It's so...
I can't with that. It's
Like,
so...
This just feels so anime. It feels
is.
like the hero being pushed back down and coming back up the fight against you. And that's like a cool thing I want to talk about, because the genocide route almost explores what happens when the true hero, is knocked down, gets back up, but still fails.
Yeah.
But let's not talk about that for now, because we need to just talk about how badass Undyne is.
Yeah.
Refusing to die. Also, I
You're
think
gonna
it's
have-
cool how Undyne doesn't talk this whole fight until, like, from the beginning, she talks, and, like, at the end, until she dies. But in the middle, she never talks.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just her focusing to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I think she killed me, like, 7 times, I think.
Oh,
I think
no.
it took 7 attempts.
She killed me a lot. She killed me a lot. But it's also because, like, I didn't prepare enough. Like, freaking didn't get any healing items from anywhere.
Oh. Yeah, I think that's one thing I liked about the fact that I didn't do a blind playthrough, because I kept the butterscotch pie, and I kept a bunch of things with me, all the items I needed.
Yeah.
I prepared by myself.
But then, you get to the
Justice
oh my
mode of
God,
the
part
justice,
with the
yes.
guitar.
Also, the Zunpets playing right here, like, perfection.
I love this guitar. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, you're still back at the
Yeah,
like
sorry.
before, yeah.
And then the trumpets right
Yeah.
here.
This sound font is actually a Zunpet. It's like do you know who Zun is?
No.
He's the guy that made Toho.
Oh.
And he
Okay,
commonly
yeah.
uses the sound font in it, and it's been nicknamed the Zunpet, like the trumpet Zunpet.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to
Everyone
be that, like,
compares this part
yeah.
to Toho. Like,
Mhm.
it just sounds like a Toho song.
Well, that's because it uses the Zunpet. But besides
Yeah.
the Zunpet, most every sound font in here is actually used in Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it's actually funny. In Toby's song, Dream Devourer, where he, like, Dream Devourer was his, like, fan-made theme for Chrono Trigger. But it's actually funny because he mentioned in the description that there was this guy that, like, ripped the sound fonts for him because, like, Chrono Trigger was an old enough game that it's difficult to rip any sound fonts from.
yeah.
But someone ripped the sound fonts for him, and he used them, and the guy actually mentioned in the comments, like, hey, thanks for using my sound fonts. And people are like, and then he went on to use those same sound fonts for, like, Battle Against a True Hero, and people are like, this guy
Yes.
basically helped Toby Fox make Battle Against a True Hero.
Yeah. I also really like the bass to this song, like the dun 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 dun. Yeah. And then the galloping percussion literally sounds like a horse.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
It feels like this
the-
heroic, just knight. It feels like a knight.
Yeah. And I'm also gonna say, how does determination? Because this is the song that I think I hear like the do 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 do. I think that's determination.
Yeah, I kind of see, maybe, possibly, I'm not sure.
Wait, determinate. Do do do.
I would think the Hope motive, like the determination version of the Hope motive, would kind of fill that already, but I see what you're talking about.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Wait, let me think. Cause it's hard to do 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 dun dun. Do 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 dun dun.
I kind of see. I'm iffy on it. But
Do 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 do. I think I'm like the 80% sure that
right.
it's like half of the determination motive.
I'll take your word for it. I kind of hear it, but yeah, the justice. Your justice. When you mentioned the justice motive, that blew my mind. But it fits so well.
I love because it's in waterfall. It's
Yeah.
in
It's pure
the
justice.
It's like the dun 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 dun. And I also talk about like that one Homestuck character who has like the justice. Because Toby Fox also helped with the Homestuck soundtrack. The person who has that theme like wants to or like pretends to be like a prosecutor for like. And,
Yeah, I think I looked up that song and like I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was, but it was a really good song.
Yeah. But yeah, that character is like about justice or something. I don't really know. Again, I don't know Homestuck, but
I don't know Homestuck either. I'm planning on reading it someday, but yeah, it's like a really long. But also, what's your opinion on Alphys being used in But the Earth Refused to Die or Battle Against a True Hero?
Alphys is in the song.
People like there's this Zalia, I think it is. Not Zalia. No, the one guy that's like always in the that commented on
No.
every one, the Kirby guy, what's his name?
Xiao?
Oh,
Xiao
Zio and Chao, or with Zio Andy.
Yeah, I say
he
Xiao.
insists. Oh, Zio, whatever it is. He mentions that that the Alphys' theme is in it, and I cannot for the life of me hear it.
I don't hear it.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, Alphys theme is for sure in the one that I made, but
yeah, I swear it's. I swear it's just like the Hope motive. I never hear Alphys in here. I cannot for the life of me. If like Alphys isn't here, then Alphys is in for ending. Like if Alphys isn't here, then Alphys is in an ending because they're the same.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
I really don't. Battle Against a True Hero. So it uses the determination kind of thing with the amalgams. It uses that hero motive. Then it uses the hope determination motive. Then it uses justice, and that's like the entirety of Undyne in this part. Just a pure hero fighting to beat you.
Also, I'm gonna talk about like the one I made for a second, but it's because Battle Against a True Hero goes from 4-4 to 3-4. and it's really hard to make 3-4 songs in like the app that I use to make music.
Yeah.
And so also what happened was I accidentally slowed it down so that battle, instead of going at 150, because I'm pretty sure that's how fast Battle Against a True Hero goes.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check how fast I made my song. I made it 115.
Oh.
So it's significantly slower than Battle Against a True Hero. And so when I tried to make the third part in 3/4,
Mm-hmm.
it would have sounded like this.
By the way, welcome Ethan Gaming and Yan Mega.
It would have sounded like
Honestly, I really like the covers that kind of take it that way, where it's this almost the hero still has that determination, but then it's this slow down, pull back,
Yeah.
and then it just makes that burst so much more powerful. Like it wouldn't have fit in game because it's still a battle, but
Yeah.
for like covers
I
like that do that.
I'm gonna brag just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I really liked how I integrated Alfie's theme into that. Like oh my god, I'm such a genius.
I'm just constantly amazed at how much you can warp a melody and still connect it back to what it originally was.
Yeah,
like. Have you ever
cool
heard of Last Breath?
No. Wait.
Well,
No.
okay, I won't like say much on it. It's a Sans fight game, but it's like got Gaster in it. But anyways, it uses Sans motif, and Sans' original song goes bum 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 bum. Their part goes bum. Oh, and on their own, they sound nothing alike, yet you can still connect it back to that Sans motif.
Yeah.
How? Yeah.
It's really cool. But I really had a hard time with my fourth part. I ended up making it not 3/4. I had to go 4/4 because if I went for 3/4, it would have either sounded way too hecka fast or way too slow.
Tronder actually mentioned, it could be noted that Undyne says like monsters, humans, everyone, you gotta kill them all, is like directly paralleling Flowey saying monsters, humans, everyone, I'll kill them all before he's gonna make a Flowey fight. And the justice motive is in both.
The real meaning of this world.
But yeah, that also kind of mentions, like, that kind of also brings back sort of Flowey's influence. You're gonna kill monsters, human, everyone. You're gonna do just what Flowey wanted.
Wait, I gotta send you this video if I can find it.
Wait, what?
Oh god, I need to send you this one video if I can find it. It's connected to Power of Neo.
Also, I love how in the ending, even when she dies, Undyne still doesn't give up, saying that she's given enough time for people to evacuate. You haven't truly won.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's just crazy how well Toby integrates this character of Undyne as you're not the hero Undyne is, and it just makes you love Undyne so much more.
It is amazing. You've probably seen this, but I'm going to send it to you.
I just love how Undyne goes from this creepy warrior that you think is going to kill you to crazy fish lady, back to actually badass warrior that will kill you. You can't stop her.
Yeah. This is I love it.
Oh, that's executed way too.
Oh, that's
Speedrunners be like, hello.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah. But it just kind of, even though she does get a sad ending, the game does it so well as making Undyne deserve being that hero.
Yeah.
But then Power of Neo. I mean, it's short and simple because really, why would Toby waste any effort making a long song for a fight that lasts 2 seconds?
I mean, yeah.
I really wish Mettaton Neo got his own fight, but it kind of does help drive home again that feel bad. Like, it kind of teases that you could have gotten this, but really, do you deserve it? Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, I can see how that...
It kind of presents this badass robot like, yes, I fought Undyne the Undying, now my genocide route is finally starting to pay... Oh. Uh-oh.
Are you gonna join my fan club?
Yeah. Also, I also kind of like how when Mettaton... there's this whole theory about how Mettaton was actually planning... Like, Mettaton wasn't planning to actually do a full fight. He was just trying to delay you as much as he could so more evacuees could get away. Like, he wasn't actually planning to stop you because you were too powerful. But I just kind of like how in the actual genocide route, it doesn't even give you the satisfaction of Mettaton getting this long-lasting speech. Because if you abandon it in the Hotland, you actually still fight Mettaton Neo.
Yeah.
And then he says stuff like, I can tell from that strike you're not truly evil. And you even get this cool neutral ending where Alphys actually steps up as the leader of the Underground. Like, in every other neutral ending, if both Undyne and Mettaton are killed, Alphys will commit dead. Yeah. But in this specific ending, Alphys will actually step up as leader.
Yeah, I never even knew that. Like, any Alphys, leader stuff.
Yeah, it's only if you abandon the genocide route in Hotland, which is cool.
Yeah.
I almost feel like it's a better character arc for Alphys than in the Pacifist ending, because her character arc in the Pacifist ending is like giving away her secrets, but she's still kind of a bad person. She just delayed. She just learned to give away her secrets, whereas in the genocide route, she actually became a hero. I don't know.
Yeah. And also, again, I didn't know that if you go to the True Lab and then do the neutral ending, I didn't know that Alphys would be in the color there.
Well, no, it's only if you don't go to the True Lab.
Oh, sorry, if you don't go to the True Lab.
If you date Alphys, but you don't go to the True Lab.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I keep on messing that up because I have no idea that existed.
Yeah, it's just the neutral endings are perfectly crafted.
Yeah.
But I just love how Toby pulls no punches. He doesn't give Mettaton this dramatic fight or this dramatic death speech. It's just, he's there, he's gone.
Yeah.
The genocide route just does a good job at making you feel bad.
Yeah. Is it time?
Is it time? It's time.
For the Mogulivonio.
The funny Skeleton Man song.
The funny do. Yeah.
This song has a history.
It does. It has a whole storyline.
It first appeared in the Halloween hack as And a Nut's Rage.
Yeah. And then it's also Homestuck.
It was in Homestuck. It was also used like unofficially. Like it was a version not made by Toby, but it was used for another Homestuck thing, I think. Or no, actually it was used for a Mother ROM hack. But then all of a sudden it's used in Undertale, and yeah.
Yep. And the funny skeleton go burr song as well.
Before we get into some of the more controversial stuff, the actual fight is so perfect.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you don't get that whole heroic thing from Undyne. You just have Sans, like, almost just telling you to stop. It's him basically just trying to trick you and fool you, and in every way he can.
Yeah. And uses the most powerful attack first, but it's not even the most powerful. The last attack is the most powerful.
I love how I love how the first time you die, he'll be like, birds are singing, flowers are blooming, on days like these, kids like you. All of a sudden he starts his attack, and he's like, what was I saying? I don't remember. And then the second time he does it, he's like, it's a beautiful day outside, attack begins. And he's like, anyway, let's get to it. And then from then on, it's like he constantly trolls you so much.
Yeah. I think that's only like if you try to like skip the dialogue, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's just each time you reset, each time you die, it just tricks you every time. And then like the fourth time he just says "Here we go" or something.
Oh, yep, here we go. The look in your eye.
But I think it's from
Look like-
Undyne onward where it sort of it breaks from that hero villain motif and goes more into the actual you're destroying the game.
Yeah, I'm reading the comments right now. When Sans went up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right.
I felt that.
I felt that. But yeah. This song, I can't believe, like, I'm pretty sure he made this song when he was 16, and now it's in Smash.
I know.
Insane. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've made a song. I think I've only made like one song that I could consider my Megalovania.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just this original song. Also, I love how different it's been. Like the original was like some deep sense, and it goes.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
much more clunky,
It is.
and then it just become this. And I don't know, just this entire fight tricks you so many times. It's like this perfectly crafted. It's almost like the game itself, because of how much knowledge Sans has. It's almost like the game itself is telling you to stop.
And then like you get into like all the stuff Sans is saying, like the anomaly of the
Yeah.
space-time continuum, like stuff
Timelines
like
jumping left. He doesn't even mention Papyrus until when he dies. It's just him doing what he has to.
Yeah.
And I love how the only reason he's actually fighting you is because any other ending, yes, he's sad if Papyrus or his friends dies, and he thinks it's a bad ending, but he also knows you'll probably reset. He only fights you in this because he somehow knows that the time with he somehow knows with how the timeline is going that something big is going to happen and everything is gone, and he doesn't know if you're going to be able to come back.
Yeah. He essentially like is trying to save you from yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you go through with this, your true pacifist endings are gonna suck forever.
Because even if you, because like let's say for example a genocide route, Kara never happens and you just get a neutral ending. Sans would care, but he wouldn't stop you. He'd just be disappointed in you. But he'd encourage you, but he wouldn't stop you. But this, he's forcing his hand because he has to.
Yeah. I'm laughing because one of my friends said that they did the genocide route first.
Oh boy.
Because they play just RPGs and just grind stuff. And then when they realize, oh, this is an actual thing, they didn't stop because, of course, it's an actual thing to play the game, and so they just did the genocide.
But just with how much tricky stuff Sans does, like dealing damage every frame and going through your armor is such a weird thing to get used to. And I also love how the little poison effect you get is literally called karma. It's like, you deserve this, you bad person.
Yeah. And the food is so weird because like you can't heal while you have the karma on, or else like it'll drain your.
Yeah, after
you have to
you
wait
heal.
until you get all of spawn to eat.
Or the fact that Sans dodges your attacks, like he dies in one hit, but he dodges your attacks, which lengthens the fight. Which was just like this wait a minute moment.
He does. Or like the part. Have you seen the what's it called, the Undertale genocide one, where like first tries to hit and then Sans dodges. It's like oh.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. Well, I remember seeing this
Halo.
one meme where like Frisk is standing in front of Undyne's grave and it says, "Excellent," and all of a sudden, Undyne the Undying bursts out of the grave. "It ain't over, kid. It ain't over till you're dead."
Yeah.
But in terms of the song itself, it has so many cool parts to it.
It
And
does.
remember the meme? You know the meme where people are like switching out the beats and like you can't ruin Megalovania? It's because of how simple this song actually is this song is constantly in groups of 4, and all the sections are like different enough from each other. There's no like cymbal effects that go over lengths of time, so it doesn't feel choppy if you mix it up.
And also, it has the same chord progression, literally the whole song.
Yeah.
It has like the dun, 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 dun,
Like,
dun,
it's a
dun,
great
dun,
song,
dun.
but you can kind of see the simplicity under it, even in Undertale.
I mean, yeah, because like he did make this
Yeah, when he was 16.
when he was
It's just almost a simple, like, beautifulness to it. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, so are we gonna see if we can get into
Whose
what
theme
the
it
song
is?
actually represents? I'll read my own.
Yep, alright. Let's piss off half the fandom.
Okay,
so-
you ready?
I don't think it's Sans theme. I think it's
I-
Frisk theme.
I don't think it's Frisk's theme. I think it's Kara's theme.
Alright.
I'm sorry. It's time to argue. It's time.
Wait, so you think Once Upon a Time and Megalovania is Kara's theme?
Yeah, I do. I actually used to think it's not Kara's theme. I thought because everyone is like, it's not Sam's theme, blah 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 blah. It's the player's theme. I think that's not correct. I think it's because Kara gets more and more like messed up over the whole genocide stuff.
Yep. I know.
That I think Megalovania is like a messed up version of Once Upon a Time. That's what I think.
Okay.
It's like a kind of demented version of Kara's.
I don't agree with the...
Okay.
Okay. Let me give my 2 cents.
Okay.
First of all, this song was made way before Toby planned anything of Undertale, so I don't see its connection to Once Upon a Time. I think it's really just Toby's way of bringing it into the project, but I think what's cool about it is it's completely unique in terms of the game. Nowhere else in the game do you really see the motives of Megalovania used, or at least, like, in a significant way.
Yeah.
If, like, you could say maybe bring it in, guys, but that's so iffy, but whatever. But I think the fact is, it always came to me, like, it should have to be, if it's the theme of someone, it should be a theme or a motive that isn't played for anyone else. And that's why I think it's Frisk's theme. Because many people, like, especially, like, people who think Kara is completely evil, Kara is completely responsible for the genocide route. But I think it's more... I think it's more the fact that the game, in this entire point, this fight is the game trying to tell you that it's your fault for getting this far. You should stop here. It's the game trying to create this impossible barrier that you shouldn't go through. And so why I think it's your theme is because or at least Frisk's theme. Let's, for the sake of it, just say Frisk is like an extension of yourself. I think it's because the game is trying to tell you that this is your fault. It's trying to show you the consequences of your actions. And I also think there's, like, the whole detail about Sans starting first because you're the attacker.
Yeah.
Instead. And, like, it being your theme. I think it's the whole fact is it's trying to show you what you've become.
Mm-hmm. But it's also, what I think is that, I've really been able to think about this, but, Kara is the one getting all the EXP, and, like, Kara's the one, like, changing because of, like, all the damage that you've been inflicting on others.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's, like, because Kara's also the one that has become, I mean, you're the one who is doing all this, but it's leaving an impression on Kara, too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's... the thing that, like, everything is Kara's fault is true at all, but I do think that because of this, that Kara does have Kara is changed because of the genocide route, and this theme, like, represents, like, wanting to finish the genocide route. That's what I think, because it's literally the theme kind of like pushes you on. Like, it's saying that you should finish this.
Or, like, in Kara's fight, or in Sans' fight, I mean, Kara's saying, like, just kill him, just keep attacking.
Yeah, just keep attacking, and like it'll wear them out. And so this song is kind of trying to push you on, just like Kara is. And so, uh, and the one
Oh,
thing,
so you're saying it almost represents Kara's influence on you?
yeah.
All right, I see what you're
Which
saying.
is also kind of what I think with like the music too. Kara also has like the musical influence because it's like the narration, I guess,
Yeah.
of the whole story. But
I mean, at this point, you could almost get into like different parts of it.
yeah,
But I think more of my view is that the focus isn't on Kara, or the focus is on what your actions will bring, and it almost foreshadows Kara, but the focus isn't on them yet.
yeah.
You don't even like, if you're playing this blind, you don't even know what Kara looks like, besides the the grayed out photos or whatever.
And I'm gonna this one you're probably gonna be like, no, that's dumb.
All right.
The first 3 notes of Megalovania
Yep.
is the first 3 notes of Once Upon a Time.
No, it's not.
No.
Do 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 do.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. That's
I doubt it, because then it goes ba 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 da da, and meanwhile, Once
Yeah.
Upon a Time does a different thing.
Yeah, but it's also because like Kara here is a whole different thing than Kara in the other versions too.
But I also want to say that I don't think Megalovania would be a theme you could associate with like happy-go-lucky innocent
Yeah, I
being
know.
Frisk.
Yeah.
I think Megalovania specifically refers to a situation of where it's almost like the theme of love, as in like LV. It refers to evil. It refers to you, Kara, the player, Frisk, Kara, whatever you see it as. It refers to them doing evil stuff.
Yeah, it refers to like their want to like finish this out or like just do the whole genocide route.
It almost like yeah.
I'm gonna look up the definition of megalomaniac again.
Well, yeah, megalomania is a lust for power.
Yeah.
Which again, like, I can see the argument for Kara, but I would think it more as the Kara, specifically the Kara corrupted in the genocide route, and not the Kara before
that's
being
exactly
falling
what I'm
down.
saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's
Not like the Kara
in
before falling down. Yeah.
in the corrupted genocide route.
Because really, Kara, even if you do a pacifist ending, Kara, after they've been turned into whatever narrator entity they are, is completely different from Kara before they died.
Yeah. It's also like how I can kind of use like an example from like others. Like people wouldn't say that the justice motif is actually Undyne's theme. Like Undyne's theme is the dun 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 dun, and
It more represents justice, and it's representing that part of her in that moment.
Yeah, in that moment, and that's what I think about this thing too. It's kind of representing
Megalovania,
Kara.
Megalomaniac, and love would
Yeah,
represent
in
Kara,
that-
your player, your side in that moment.
In that moment. So yeah, that's.
But either way, I think we can agree it represents. It doesn't
Yeah.
represent sand. It represents
Yeah, it doesn't
your
represent
opposing
sand.
force. It represents your opposing force. You being
Yeah.
pushed on this whole megalomaniac thing.
Nice.
Also, Megalovania was actually named in Homestuck. And it was actually a pun on Megalovania and some other word that had like love in it.
Yeah, because like capital, some of the letters are capitalized or something.
Yeah, but it was like a pun on Megalomania and the character that had it. But and that's like people's main argument for it. Almost like there are arguments that'll go, it's Sans theme. No, I don't think it's Sans theme. If you look at the name, it's Megalovania combined with love, and people will argue, well, no, it can't be that because it was actually named back in Homestuck. But I was like, the original Megalovania was named Dr. Annut's Rage. Is not actually named Megalovania. So
Yeah.
I got a feeling that Toby could have named this something besides Megalovania, and it still would have worked. I've got a feeling Toby kept the name Megalovania because that pun on love still worked.
Yeah.
Like, let's say instead of love, it was like, I don't know, let's say we're Spanish, amor. Like, it could be Megalamoravania. Mega Lemuria or something.
Megalomore. Yep.
Like Toby is completely capable of changing the name of his songs. People.
Yeah. Um, we probably didn't even talk about all like the meanings of the names of the song because
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we
Bergen,
did talk about Respite
yeah,
or like Battle Against the True. I think we did enough, but yeah.
we kind of did, but like
Mhm.
I don't remember talking about Bergen, and that means the king of the mountain.
Oh
Or
yeah,
something.
oh yeah, we did kind of forget. Or Amalgam, actually. Let's talk about
Yeah,
first of all, Here We Are is kind of a creepy name. Just fits with horror game in
yeah.
general. Like Here We Are, this is it. Ooh.
Oh, it's also like here we are, like here are the amalgamates.
Yeah,
Here
or
we
like
are.
yeah. And then Amalgam is actually literally Amalgam literally means like it it can be associated with like let me look at the definition for a second.
Amalgamate, right?
Amalgamation.
A
Oh
combine or unite to form one organization or
yeah,
structure. It literally means to combine
yeah.
things.
Or if you go amalgamate and or just amalgam, like an actual
Mm-hmm.
amalgam, a mixture or blend.
Oh,
So it just kind of like that's a creepy name. But then
yeah,
um but then Bergen Truckon is like King Under the Mountain. That's just a cool little thing. Not sure why he
yeah.
went with a German name or he just felt like it, but good on him.
German, yeah.
Also, I love how the name for Undertale is the Undertale. Like this is what started Undertale.
Mm-hmm. It's the underground tale.
Hmm
Tale of the under.
Also, I wonder. Yeah, I've always wondered what core stood for, or if it
Yeah,
was
what
just
is it?
core. Like it's never
Does
been.
it actually stand for something?
No, it's
It
never been
could.
confirmed to actually stand for anything.
Yeah.
Oh, we did talk about It's Raining Somewhere Else, like the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
How, like, wow, even in a few neutral endings, if you didn't kill Papyrus, if Sans is there on that date, that means you're getting one of the better neutral endings at least, and that would mean it's raining in a different timeline. It's bad in a different timeline.
Yeah. I'm just looking through the whole
Mhm. Oh,
see if I
another.
another medium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can I talk about this one actually for a second?
Yeah, you can. I don't
Okay,
really know.
another medium. I know why he named the song. It's actually sort of a joke on areas in a game in general. Because think
Mm.
of medium instead of like large, medium, small. Think of it as a medium, as in a place you're going through, as in like a medium, an area.
Yeah.
It's literally just saying, "Oh, here,
Another.
guys, it's another area. It's another area, guys. It's another. Yeah, just have it."
Yep, another medium.
I just thought that was funny.
That is funny.
Bird that carries you over disproportionately small gap is best
I mean,
name.
that's literally a bird that carries you across the forest
Mhm.
in a small gap.
Premonition. I mean, I guess that works because it's like literally something's about to happen. It's
Yeah.
literally foreshadowing Flowey, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know bone trestle was actually a word?
No.
Well, it's a made up word still, but it does have a meaning. If you die to Papyrus, you don't actually die. You know he'll capture
Oh,
you.
yeah.
If you read the note, he'll like you wake up in Papyrus's garage, and you can actually read a note saying you stay here, and like you'll be delivered to the capital on Dino Come or whatever. But if
Yep.
you get defeated by Papyrus twice and read the note, Papyrus will say he was slightly bone trustled when you left the first time, and you weren't
Yep,
there.
slightly bone trussed.
So it's basically a joke on, I guess, bone trustle means like flustered or some embarrassing situation, which is hilarious. Also,
That is.
the in Sans, I love how it's not capitalized and has a period at the end.
Yeah, Sans.
Lazy. He named his own song. Oh, also the fact that Asgore is literally named Asgore in all
Yeah,
capitals because Asgore is bad at naming things.
exactly.
Or it's like called New Home. 'Cause Asgore's bad
New
at-
home and like
and Home
like
and New Home.
there's so many just puns in Undertale.
Yeah.
We could talk about like all the name puns of the characters.
Yeah, the name puns of the like just like it's Frogget. It's a pun on frog and ribbit. But it's also,
Yeah.
if you've checked it, it says life is not easy for this enemy. That is a reference to Kermit's song "It's Not Easy Being Green."
Oh, really? I did not know
Yes.
that.
I just happened to look that up
Um,
one day. There's so much just subtle references everywhere in Undertale. It's crazy.
yeah. And also like
Mhm.
uh molds maw, like a mold, like a jelly mold.
Mhm.
And I was gonna talk about like just
Oh, also
uh
mode small and mode big. It's literally
oh
small
yeah,
mode and big mode.
big mold.
Yeah.
And literally like I'm pretty sure Asgore named Asriel,
Mhm.
like Asriel is the combination of Toriel and
Yeah.
Asgore. Like, oh my god,
Asgore, you're great at naming. You named your own
good
son
job.
after. Also, that Asriel Dreamer can be arranged in serial murderer.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Also, I love how it's referenced in Flowey. How you can find out that
Yeah.
Flowey named himself, and then I guess he inherited his naming skills from Asgore.
The only name that I
Mhm.
probably, or like the only two names that I don't know the pun
Mhm.
is Alphys and Metaton.
Alphys, I think it's a pun on alchemy and physics.
Oh, oh yeah, like physics,
Yeah,
Alphys.
just like
Yep.
science things. And also, if you rearrange the letters in Alphys's name, I have absolutely no idea if this was intentional or not, but you can actually make Shy Pal.
that's probably that's probably intentional.
I like, and then Metaton. I don't know. I just his name always felt robotic to me, but it's
Yeah,
also the fact that meta in his name. He is very meta, but then again,
he
Undertale was
is
very meta
meta,
in general.
or maybe just a ton of meta.
Yeah. There's also the joke, not a Tem.
Yeah, if you when you reverse it, not
Yeah.
a 10.
Should we talk about Flowey's story in New Home and the genocide route?
I don't really. I haven't read it all that much, but yeah, you can say
I mean, I
how.
guess um I just thought it was cool how Flowey you get that little bit of info on Flowey of how he
Mhm.
tells you because the whole reason you do the genocide route is because you're curious and possibly
Yeah.
because but honestly the main reason might be because you want to see if you could get Azrael a better ending because he still turns back into Flowey in the end even
Mm-hmm.
if he begs you not to and if he begs you not to reset but it's sort of like it's sort of like this is the final payoff if you are really doing the genocide route because you wanted to know about Flowey, this is your payoff. This is the all you can know about him, his history, how much he had to go through, and you can kind of learn that maybe even as Flowey, he can have a little emotion because he sort of connects
Mm-hmm.
to Kara. And so that's the payoff. That if you really wanted to help Flowey, that is your payoff. That's that you know that he'll be all right. And if you keep going from there, Stan says it himself. There's no reason to. It's only because you're curious. Nothing good is gonna happen.
Yeah, and it's also like apparently Flowey literally did everything that's possible to do, like in the underground.
Did you know that if you did the new, you know, like the Flowey fan club or Flowey like warning you to stay away from Sans? Do you know about that?
Um, I don't think I know.
Okay, so if you
Oh, I might know
like the
about that.
multiple times in neutral endings where you fight Omega Flowey, but he just skips the fight because he doesn't feel like it,
Yeah.
and you can just keep doing that over and over, and you can get Flowey getting mad at you or like telling you different things. Like why are you
Yeah.
doing it over and over? Yeah, Sans caused Flowey more than his fair share of resets.
Uh-huh. Doesn't he call him like
Smiley trash bag.
smiley trash bag? Yeah.
I love that nickname. But
Yeah.
I didn't. I just thought it was that cool that it was that payoff. But you also learn a lot about Flowey about how exactly he started to deal with having no soul, but also being able to reset and slowly becoming more and more pessimistic. But the
Yeah.
fact that he's opening up to Kara means there's still a little bit of Azrael, or Kara, he thinks are Kara, who he thinks is Kara, shows that there's still a little bit of Azrael in there.
Yeah.
And then I love how
also,
at the
like,
oh yeah you
at
go.
the end he does turn into like the Asriel face.
Oh yeah. Okay, wait. We'll talk about that in a sec. We can talk about
Mhm.
the genocide ending in a sec, like the very ending. I also one last thing. I loved how
this is sort of the point where Flowey has been on your back throughout the entire of the genocide route. He's been pushing you.
Yeah.
He's been the one saying, keep doing it. But Kara has been forcing their way in as well. It's like they're the ones saying that Flowey has been setting traps for you. He's been encouraging you to keep going. He's following you, and you even hear him and you're doing this because of Flowey. But then Kara starts coming in, and your loyalty shifts from like working with Flowey to now working with Kara, and you discard Flowey in the process. Because you start seeing Flowey as less of the evil guy you can learn from and more of the kid that Azrael is. And Kara's the only one that actually helps you keep going.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Flowey's not committed at the end, Kara is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Flowey, the part where Flowey is like, what's this feeling?
Yeah.
Why am I shaking?
And he's like, oh crap.
Oh, God.
Oh no. He's like, creatures like us wouldn't dare to kill each other. I should not have said that. Creatures like us wouldn't hesitate to kill each other if we got in each other's way. I should not have said that.
Oh. Yep, that's when Flowey knew. He fricked up.
Also, I love how in the genocide ending, when you go to Asgore, he doesn't actually, like, get the souls. And it's kind of up to interpretation, but I kind of see it as he was too scared, or he didn't think he deserved to do it at that point. Kind of just let it happen. But there's also the fact that Flowey's warning him, and he doesn't even recognize that you're a human. He does not recognize that you're a human.
Yeah. What kind of monster are you?
And then you come in and he's like, now, there's no need to fight, slash, and he's just there. He's gone. He's dead. And also how brutal Kara is, like, when you kill Flowey. Because he's like, his text will automatically skip as he's, like, trying to go on, and finally he does that last part where he does Azrael's face.
Yeah.
And Kara gives you one last chance to close the game and reset before they slash Flowey. And, like, completely just slash into a pulp. Because, like, you dare think you're still Azrael or something like that. It's just like, or it's like, you're dead to me at this point. I don't care about Azrael. You're gone. It's like that where Kara and you have been pushed over the edge. Fully. Like, reach level 20.
And then, boom. Kara's at the end.
Kara's scene at the end, I know people would, like, make it think that Kara's evil. But it's honestly just because of it's honestly them basically calling you out.
Yeah.
It's basically saying, you pushed it this far, why not destroy it now? Oh, are you going to chicken out now? Well, too bad.
Yeah. And then if you do it a second time, Kara's actually like, oh my god, why are you doing it?
Yeah, they say you have a perverted sentimentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even suggest maybe a better ending.
Yeah, why not do something else?
It's basically them, like, they're still cruel at this point because they're, like, affected by love and that, and they're destroying the world. But it's basically them being, like, making fun of you.
Yeah, making fun
of being
you.
curious.
Like, Kara thought there was, like, meaning in actually doing all this. But then when you do it again, Kara's like, oh, no, there's no meaning in this. You're just doing this because you want to. And, like, that's not cool.
But they even say, I'm the demon that comes when they are called. They're still saying, I'll always be here. Yeah. But I think we've had enough being scary with genocide. Good night.
Time for 101.
It's funny because for neither of us, it's actually nighttime, but...
Yeah, it's in the middle of the day.
It's in the middle of the day. Honestly, I kind of see the symbolism behind it because it is supposed to be a send-off, like in the soundtrack, because it only plays in the soundtrack. But it's also the fact that he uses 01, the beginning, that is kind of saying, again, that you can reset. It isn't really the end. But I don't know. It's just a cool little send-off.
And then, of course, it's Once Upon a Time, Good Night.
Yeah, the whole joke about how it's a storybook, actually.
Yep. And this one also sounds like, I'm not sure. Is this being played by him?
I don't think so. I think it's only in Last Goodbye.
This one sounds like it's being played though.
Well, you don't hear any noise though. Like in Last Goodbye, you can actually hear some noise.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. But I guess that's it. That's the entire sound.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to add on?
Not really. We literally talked about the whole thing.
Let's see. How long have I been streaming?
This one was
2.5
shorter.
hours. So that's like exactly half of our previous time, which means we have spent a total of probably around 8 hours talking about Undertale sounds. Which,
yep.
I mean, I can't say I'm surprised, but this was fun.
It was. The first talk, amazing. This talk, also really good. Just,
yeah, this
I
was
love
just
the
really
Undertale
fun.
soundtrack. It literally is so good.
It's so perfectly made. All the motives, all the symbolism, everything in Undertale is awesome. Thank you, Toby, for this.
Yeah,
I'd wish to make a soundtrack this good.
Exactly. Like, that is my life goal.
Like, I love all kinds of game soundtracks, like Shovel Knight,
Dude, yeah.
One Shot, Celeste, Just Shapes and Beat. Well, that's not really a soundtrack made for it, but like, or Hollow Knight. And like Celeste and Hollow Knight make good use of motifs as well, especially Hollow Knight. It makes good use of motifs. But Undertale was just so convoluted in its motive use.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And like, I can't believe we talked about every single thing. Like, I don't think I have anything more to say.
I've learned a lot from you as well. And
yeah, same.
It's been a learning experience, and this has been fun. If I could, I'd probably like to talk about this on other soundtracks we knew, but I think we should probably take a big break before then.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, like, this is probably the only soundtrack that I put this much thought into.
Yeah.
Because it deserves all that, all the thinking.
Yeah. I recognize that. I think the only other two that would probably come close are Celeste and Hollow Knight, only because I've started to recognize the motifs in there. But I still haven't made it quite that far as I have with Undertale.
Yeah. I don't really know it all. I listen to other video game musics, but it's kind of just because I like them, not because they're as good as or like just the.
Not because you're interested in like the stuff behind them.
I mean, like this Undertale just has the story aspect of the music, and I don't think other games as much as Undertale.
Hollow Knight kind of does it actually, but yeah, not as much as Undertale.
It's like in other games they're more like background tracks, and that's not bad. But like I really like Undertale how it integrates so well into the world and into the story.
Like Undertale is the Star Wars is like the Toby Fox is the John Williams of the gaming industry.
Yeah.
Because his music builds on the situation. So like in games, it's background music, but if you go to like, let's say like what was it called? Burn in Despair. Burn in Despair. That scene would not be as good as it is if Hopes and Dreams and Save the World did not play, or just like some random songs. But Burn in Despair, it brings back that same "you idiot" motive, and even if you don't consciously think of it, you're kind of probably thinking of Omega Flowey when you hear that play, and it kind of drives home that whole oppression thing. And there's so many situations in the soundtrack where the subtle motive choice or just the style of the song builds on the situation if you think about it.
Yeah, that's why I like the Undertale. because like all the motifs were like so well thought out and so well placed, and yeah.
I think the most most soundtracks would do is probably like the relationship between Nyehehe and Bone Trestle. Like make a previously established theme earlier in the game and then make it better. But that's like the most basic thing you can do, and like yeah, it works from Nyehehe and Bone Trestle because Papyrus only really gets those two themes. But then you have stuff like Once Upon a Time just appearing in every little thing, bringing that little bit of familiarity to everything.
And like Ruins is another big one.
Ruins, yeah, it fleshes out the soundtrack in a way that you spend 8 hours talking about it.
Yeah, and the story is so rich, and the characters are just so
it's just connected
lovable
so well.
And
just how connected the entire Undertale universe is insane.
Yeah.
But
it's just so good.
I guess we should end here.
Yep, I think this is the ending to the Undertale soundtrack. Yeah.
So, it's been nice seeing you guys on the stream, and especially Trondor for like adding in some of your own stuff. It's been interesting.
Oh yeah.
But it's been nice seeing you guys, and it's been a great talk. See ya in like a couple days, I think. Yeah, Sunday I'm gonna be trying to do chapter 9, but yeah, we've got to agree the best song in the game. No matter how far we've come, we all got to agree the best song in the game. Long Elevator. See ya, guys.
Bye.